Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes.
We here. Continue to go through our growing pains. We appreciate all the support and patience with us as we continue to build the show and make it better and better. How y'all doing today, fellas?
I like the growing pains phase.
I hate it.
Oh,
I like it.
why?
Because I'm such
A perfectionist?
but I'm not even a perfectionist. I just want things to be decent.
Yeah.
So when things are not decent, then it just bothers me. But
No, I feel you. Definitely. I think the growing pains just make it all just worth it at the end.
yeah, we're gonna get it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's gonna be cool in a little bit, but just you know how it is.
That's why I like it, because at some point it's just gonna be so fine tuned that it's just gonna be, nothing. But this show, like, just the human aspect of it, where something is just inevitable. I got to that point on my own YouTube where I remember I used to be like, I gotta cut everything. I can't, if I do something where I interrupt my statement, I gotta cut that out. But then it's like, just leave it. Who cares? I'm a human.
Yeah, I've definitely said things. I've definitely like butchered things in videos, and I'm like, I think it just adds to the authenticity.
Yeah,
of it. Just
whatever.
leave it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
whatever.
As you
I
stutter
make
a little
mistakes.
bit, if you stutter a little bit, fuck it. It's just part of it. It happens.
How you feeling, Mike?
Feeling good.
You got
feeling
baby
good.
blue socks on. I know you feeling good.
I do.
I couldn't tell you the last time I saw baby blue socks.
They some nice socks, honestly. Lucky
Yeah.
brand socks.
You clean.
KB,
Mike
you.
been trying to put it on this year.
he been trying.
I see you.
KB, what
You
you
know
got
I'm a
on
sweater
over
type of dude.
Just some righteous, some Sean Weatherspoons. That's some
They
light.
did say KB be having the best fits every year of the year last year.
I
at
think
least.
they glaze.
I do too. Like, he wears stuff like this like every day.
Kicks carry. I got a nice kick collection.
As soon as you got salad, you spent it all on dressing.
He don't know who said that. He don't know who said that.
Do you?
Yeah. Give who is Soulja Boy?
No.
Kanye West, man.
No, I don't know Kanye like that. I want to remind y'all at home to leave a like, subscribe. We've been seeing the numbers. Y'all been killing it, whether it be short form, whether it be the long form. We're obliterating all of the numbers that we expected,
IG reels are going nuts.
except for the subscribers. We know y'all here. We know y'all watching. Hit the subscription button as we go on our road. I guess we're starting over to 100K. Get the plaque. Get the first plaque in the studio, or the first 7 plaques, because now you can just order
you
however
putting
many
it
you
right
want. Whatever you want to do with yours. I'm taking mine home. But we're trying to get to that
We're
100K.
actually gonna get our own personal.
That's what I'm
ones this
saying.
time. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
I
hit,
don't know
hit
what
the
that's like.
subscribe. Go over to Spotify. Go over to Apple. 5 stars. I think we are still at number 3 sports podcast in the world right now. Of course, again, we get that early boost, but we taking all the boosts we could get.
Let's go to number 1. 2 is not the winning, and 3 nobody remembers.
Did you see who's number 1?
Club Shay Shay. How many?
I mean,
he got
he's
50
doing
million.
50 million
I don't
views.
care. We can do 50.
We're not getting that spot. I'm sorry.
I don't
I've
care.
accepted
I mean,
that.
you know how we can? We gotta get Cat Williams. Come on,
Oh, yeah.
No. I gave you one better.
Kevin Hart.
No.
Oh, okay.
We,
Haven't heard her.
We stretch this couch,
Okay.
and we bring back all the people he said something about at once.
Oh.
We
Okay.
want to hear
Cedric
from
and
everybody.
Everybody's. This is Cedric,
Kevin Hart.
Steve Hart. Yep,
Yeah,
Kevin
Steve-
Hart.
Oh man.
What's the girl name?
You
know.
I don't remember.
I didn't complete the whole interview, so I don't know exactly
my
who we
mind
talked
blank. Tiffany
Oh, yep.
Haddish.
to. Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish. But how we feeling about the association right now, y'all? We're
We got
halfway
a-
through, completely.
We
now.
got a trade. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
feeling
Yes,
real good. This is a trade that we called. This is a trade. Now, you know what's funny about this trade? Is this the one when me and you had the same?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
But y'all had Jalen Smith in the deal.
Yes, we had Jalen Smith, and we also had Jarris Walker.
Yes.
Yeah.
We didn't really think about the idea of just throwing as many first-round picks as possible as an option.
So Pascal Siakam, for anybody that's been living on the rock, obviously traded to the Indiana Pacers in exchange for Bruce Brown, Jordan Nwora,
Yes. Like 3 first round.
3 first-round picks, 2 in 2024 and 1 in 2026, and in exchange for Pascal Siakam. Also, Kira Lewis from the Pelicans goes to the Raptors, and the Pacers get a second-round pick, and the Pelicans get cash considerations, which always, since I was a kid, makes me try to figure out.
What does that mean?
I just wish we knew the amount.
Yeah,
Sometimes they will say, but like, did they just get in that trade for $60,000?
They might have, because they did it to get under the tax. They were one contract over the tax, and now they was like, you know what, Kira Lewis Jr. don't even play for us. We already got a bunch of guards. We'll just put him in another deal so we can get under the tax. So it might have been like $1 because you need to get something in return. It was one singular dollar.
But essentially, to the point Darrick was making, me and KB, our trades thought that they was going to get a something a little bit more, a few more players. So for them to be able to pull this trade off, Indiana, without having to give up on Jarris Walker, who we talked about are extremely high on. Their fan base is extremely high on. They didn't give up Jalen Smith, who I think has been having a really underrated season. Obviously, they weren't going to give up Benedict Mathurin. They didn't give up Buddy Hield, who this entire year we've just been waiting for Buddy Hield to get traded. They didn't give up Nembhard. They really kept not only their core, but all of their depth, and they really out and added an all-NBA player. Thoughts?
I'm excited. The Raptors, I'm just excited that they actually bit the bullet. They went into this direction. Started with OG. Now they got Siakam out the way. They also have Bruce Brown, who I think is a valuable asset out there on the market when you talk about contending teams. I think that they could possibly flip him, maybe even get another first-round pick. Maybe
treat him like a pancake.
Yeah, I think they went into the right direction. They capitalized like a lot of teams rebuild. And for the Pacers, last night you saw Siakam debut, and you just saw a different element that they never had before. They have a man that they could dump the ball down to on the block or in mid-post, and everybody just move out the way, let him do his thing. And he can either make a play or he can get the bucket. And it's just a different element than having Tyrese dribble, pound, pick and roll, constant. It's similar to like he kind of plays a similar mode to what like how James Harden did a little bit, kind of where he's like the facilitator, the engine, creating everything, and now he has someone else who could just do it in a different way.
A little bit more movement, but
yeah.
Does this make the Pacers a contender or a pretender?
No, pretender.
Yeah, they're still a pretender.
It didn't move the needle for me. For the Raptors, I think we've been talking about the Raptors. It's just good that they're kind of moving on from what they had. So I'm just kind of glad that they're doing that. For the Pacers, we've seen it, and you can tell, like, it was definitely the right move in terms of, like, how he can fit. A lot of times he was either getting the rebound and going, or he was, like, if Tyrese had the ball, he was looking for him in transition. He got him at the three, and you even see him, like, they were getting him the ball a lot. Like, they were looking for him. So you could see that it could fit, and they want to play with him. But the defense is like Jeremy Grant. They couldn't do nothing for Jeremy Grant.
I thought
they
you was
scored
going
like
to bring
60
it up.
points in the paint
Nothing with
last
Jeremy
night.
Grant. And Malcolm Brogdon was just like, man, anytime it's just I'm just going to take whatever the defense give me, and I'll still end up with 30.
Your team spoiled the debut. I thought you was going to mention that in your little open statement.
Jeremy Grant and Malcolm Brogdon just do what they want.
Hooping.
Yeah.
And I was so sad because Scoot ended up with 10 points in like the first couple minutes, and then he got hit in the face and never came back. But yeah, the defense is still a big question. I don't know how you win a three-point battle by like double digits and still lose a game. Like that happened yesterday in 2024. But it was cool to see because there weren't a ton of plays called for Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
You know, he just still made it work. I think in the start of the second half, the first two offensive possessions was give Pascal the ball at the elbow and let him go to work, and he scored back-to-back times. It was such a weird game because I thought Pascal had a good game. I thought that Buddy Hield had a good game. I think he had 6 threes. I thought that Miles Turner had a good game. He had like almost 30 and 15.
Hooping, yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Tyrese ended up with 16, 17 assists, and they still ended up losing. It's such a weird game. One of the weirder games of the season.
I feel like
so far.
it had to be weird for Pascal too to be in this like just whole new offense because he probably got the ball sometimes in the ISO, and he looked around. It's like so much space. Like it had to surprise him a lot of times. So that was cool to see.
Raptors fans will tell you, Pascal just can't play against the Blazers. Like he has a terrible record. Like, I'm not saying it's individual counter stats, but his time as far as being a part of the Toronto Raptors versus the Blazers, that he just doesn't beat them. So Raptors fans on Twitter, when they announced that those two guys are playing together, they're like, man, a tough game to start because you know his history against the Blazers. I'm like, what history? I don't like. That's just a part of fandom that I missed. You probably got to be in the weeds of Raptors fandom to know that.
You remember when the Raptors couldn't beat the Bulls?
Which Raptors? The Mars?
Yeah, I think they went through a stretch where like consecutive years they couldn't beat the Bulls.
Well, the Bulls are like the pinnacle of success across the association. So that's just pretty normal.
And then the Bulls beat the Raptors when they first game without Siakam.
Yes, they did. Now this is so confusing to me because I keep hearing about the Bruce Brown. Do they keep him? Do they flip him? Boom, boom, boom. I don't understand how it works. I thought because he was in uniform and he played, that he can't be traded again. I thought he had to be like never suit up, and then now he gets 60 days after now, and 60 days after now is past the trade deadline.
Well, he dropped 10,000 on that number too, so
Makes me think he's sticking around.
maybe he knows something that we don't know.
Yeah. But 10,000 to Bruce Brown after that $20-some million contract,
it's nothing.
that ain't nothing.
It's nothing.
DeJounte Porter, I'm on a
finna
two-way.
go get a rollie. Go
I'm
get that
good.
rollie,
Give me
Jonte.
that. So I don't know exactly, but I think teams would be interested. I also read somewhere
I guess he can be traded because Woj keep talking about how he's available.
That's it's just confusing. I'm sure he can be. That was just a part.
You know, these rules are just not rules. They just
CBA
only
just-
they only
just
apply
change
on
everything.
2K. Like they literally only apply on 2K.
Oh.
I liked it. One of the things about this trade, because y'all talked about Raptor fans, they kind of threw me off when I did my video, and I broke it down. I was like, man, like I think Masai Ujiri kind of did his thing, because going into the season, you know, it was kind of like, what are you going to get for Pascal? Is it going to be like a player, a rotational piece, and you might get like 1 first-round pick because he's on the last year of his deal, and he's not verbally confirming to re-sign, and he's excited to play with the Pacers.
Yeah.
He obviously is saying that and whatnot, but at the end of the day, in today's world, you really can't take any player's word for anything until they put the ink to the paper, because we've seen so many times, I can't wait to be back next year, man. At the end of the year, I'm gonna sign and we gonna win championships, and then they not on that team next year. We've seen like DeAndre Jordan was supposed to be on the Mavericks.
Yep.
Like no,
They kidnapped him.
Right,
That's not his
so-
fault. They kidnapped him.
he's a grown ass. He's a grown ass man. He's a grown ass man who was 7'2". If he wanted to not sign, he would have not signed. But for them to go from OG and Pascal and to walk away with that, with Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, 3 first-round picks, I think is a win. You know what I mean? They got both things that you want as far as reestablishing or retool, whatever they want to call it,
Yep.
rebuilding. You got some current things that can help your current core, but then you also got some draft capital, which I think is the best of both worlds. And again, I think a lot of Raptor fans forget Pascal, you know, this deal is like the best you can get. It wasn't like 17 teams were like calling the phone down, and I don't know too many packages that were better. So to end up with 3 first-round picks, I know you didn't get Jarris Walker. I know you didn't get Benedict Mathurin. I don't know why y'all ever thought y'all was getting him. Just like I was telling Raptor fans when they were speculating with the Kings, yo, why are y'all talking about Keegan Murray?
Yeah, he's unavailable.
Why are y'all talking about y'all setting yourself up for failure and disappointment, because those guys are just not going to be traded for a guy on the last year of his deal as not committing long term from day one. So I was cool with it. I like this move for them, as far as having a guy who probably was going to walk anyway, and then you end up with 3 first-round picks. Man, give me that any day of the week. I
That's
know they're
also-
not like
Yeah.
the most,
It's 2024, end of 2024 first rounders, basically.
you know. So it's like
That's kind of why I was kind of surprised that the Pacers did give up 3 first-round picks, because he's not committed, and he is a guy that's going to go and test free agency. So if he does walk in the free agency, you just threw away 3 first-round picks.
But they have so
But you
much
just
depth
bought
that they
in.
kept.
Yeah.
So it's like, would you rather give up those first-round picks that are not going to be what they once were, or keep your top 10 pick in Jarris Walker?
Keep my top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Especially with this draft, again, who knows?
Complimentary.
People said 2013 draft was going to be awful, and then Giannis was 15, and then CJ McCollum was here.
For sure.
So you never really know. But if I'm looking at the trade at face value, I like the trade.
Yeah.
But when I think about the grand scheme of what the Raptors have been over the last couple of years, I don't like the trade as much, because OG, Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., and Pascal Siakam were on the block last deadline, and none of them got traded.
That's the only pushback I can accept from fans. Yeah, and I think we all of us up here have said that for numerous players. The Wizards, wasn't that you that was up here last time talking about Bradley
They got
Beal?
offered Anthony Edwards practically.
You know what I'm saying? Like we all are very aware that like you should trade him, but also I remember times back then when Raptor fans were saying no, try to keep this thing together, and the inevitable that a lot of us would say it was going to happen. But I love
Masai's like closing press conference was very human in a sense that he recognizes that in the grand scheme of their franchise, maybe it would have been smarter to trade Pascal in. But the human element, as a guy that drafted Pascal from number 27 years ago, he wanted to try to make it work. And I respected that from Masai, to kind of be candid and saying like, hell, you might not like what we got. I understand that. But at the end of the day, this is a guy that I've wanted to be on the organization forever. And we
For
offered
sure.
him a contract. It wasn't what he wanted as an extension. And that made us think that he wouldn't come back. So we had to do what we had to do now.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
Yeah.
I've seen
For sure.
worse. I've
And as a
seen
fan, like,
worse.
I didn't even hear that part, but as a fan, like, I couldn't do really nothing but understand at that part.
Because
You
they
know, it's
felt the
not-
same way too.
Yeah, yeah.
I just thought it was interesting because I had to go back in history. Y'all know I always do. Last year's deadline, we've talked about it, about all of those players being available and none of them got traded. Chris Hayes, shout out to Chris Hayes, friend of the show, said that OG Anunoby had a bunch of suitors last year. I don't know if y'all remember this. The Pelicans and the Grizzlies were having a bidding war with draft compensation. The Pelicans had 12 potential. This is just available to be traded. And then the Grizzlies had 7. and they were bidding against each other because they didn't want to give up a real player like the Grizzlies. Obviously, they want to give up Desmond Bane. Trey Murphy III wasn't a part of this deal, but they're like, hell, we have draft compensation for OG Anunoby, and the rumor was 3 to 4 first-round picks. They said that's not what we want to do. We'd rather take his value and go an extra season and see if we can get something better. Again, that turned into RJ and Emmanuel quickly. It's up to everybody at home would they rather have 4 first-round picks or had a combination of those players. Both those players are playing pretty solid right now. And then Pascal Siakam had the Golden State Warriors were interested. Now, the Warriors in themselves did admit that they didn't want to give up Kuminga, so maybe that was just the moment it died out. I mean, we want Kuminga, you want Pascal, seemed like pretty easy. They said no. Gary Trent Jr. had suitors from the Orlando Magic. They didn't warrant a first-round pick, but it maybe have been something. And, of course, Freddie had suitors too, and they thought they could re-sign Freddie, and then Freddie got a $40 million annually contract, and so he walked. So if you look at it from there, I don't like what they got back, but if you get rid of all of that and just say, hey, based on what we know about Pascal potentially leaving or him staying, I do like the idea of this. But also, they traded their 2024 first-round pick because they didn't think this draft was going to be on shit. And now you're telling me the thing that I got back from one of the top 5 or 6 players in my franchise history is 2 picks in the draft that I already told the world that I don't like anyway?
But I like it with this new team that they have. I look at this draft, and, yeah, people are calling it weak because they don't see – instant stars and people don't know how to evaluate talent, so they need like a guy that's a no doubter. It's so easy to look at it and be like, oh, there's Paulo, Chet, Wemby, like, you know what I'm saying? But when you have to actually, like KB said, you might have a Giannis in here that we don't know about. But even if not, complementary pieces are the most important thing in the NBA right now because that just dominates the league. There are more complementary role players than it is stars, and I think that there's a lot of guys here at the least that could be. You might not get your face of the franchise in this draft if you're the Raptors, but you can add another great valuable piece next to a Scotty Barnes. So I like it for that part.
They've also drafted pretty well.
They've always
other than the
drafted
Malachi Flynn one. Malachi Flynn right before Desmond Bane, but they drafted Pascal at 27. They drafted. Who else am I thinking about? I mean, obviously, Fred VanVleet was undrafted. OG Anunoby was, 23 or something around there? So Masai has a decent track record. He's betting on himself.
Barnes.
He's betting on himself. Right. They took Scotty Barnes when everybody thought it was Jalen Suggs. Yeah. He's betting on himself and his drafting. The worst part about all of this, though, is that Christian Koloko got waived, and we found out that the reason he hasn't been able to play the season because he's been dealing with some health issues with clotting of the blood, which was the same thing that took Chris Bosh out for the rest of his career. So Christian Koloko, wish you nothing but the best. Chris Bosh had a little moment where he was going to come back, so I'm hoping that this is not the end of Christian Koloko's playing career, that maybe with some time and the right medical professionals being on top of it, he can eventually come back because last year he was one of the bright spots of the season. Yep. I mean, it sucks that he had to get waived, but I hope he takes care of his health and he gets back to it eventually.
Yeah, that was like some shocking news. We had a tough couple of days.
Yep.
With the news or whatnot, but that was one that I didn't really see coming because it kept saying he was out because of illness.
They said respiratory illness.
So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But then when they waived him, I'm like, damn, they gonna waive the brother while he's sick. And then the next update was the blood clot. I'm damn, man, that's just that news like that make my body feel weird.
Yeah.
You know? And then obviously, Golden State Warriors assistant. I don't want to butcher his name, and
I've just been heard referred to it as Decky by a lot of people.
Decky, rest in peace. And I'm bringing that up because the Raptors coach ran. That was his buddy, and he ran his play that he got from to start the game, and they scored. Was that against your Bulls?
Yeah. No, it was the game before against the Bulls. The game.
I forgot who they played.
Yeah, I forgot to. But
rest in peace. Shocking basketball news. The Warriors obviously last couple of games have been postponed, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But yeah, tough little couple of days for the basketball community with all of these trade rumors as well. You know, it's kind of like an up and down thing because the Pascal trade happened the same day.
Same day.
Yeah.
So may he rest in peace. Wishing nothing but well wishes to his family and the entire Warriors organization. I mean,
that's so tough.
To be there and experience it obviously is probably pretty traumatic, and I'm happy that the NBA is allowing them to get some time by postponing those games. I think their next actual game is Wednesday, so there'll be like I think a full week since the incident, and I don't even think a week is enough time when you think about it. But
for sure,
we'll see exactly what happens, and again, rest in peace to Decky. And I mean, I was reading an article about him, about how many people's lives that he touched. I mean, we're talking about Zubac, we're talking about Nikola Jovic, Nikola Vucevic. Like a lot of the European players know him as coach. You know, he was brought in to help James Wiseman be more aggressive, and then obviously James Wiseman thing didn't work out, so it became Kevon Looney. And Kevon Looney gives a lot of credit to the big rebounder that he had in the finals to Decky. So it's just a traumatic event that we don't experience a lot as fans of sports, you know. So when it happens, it's like, whoa, what the hell?
And I still think people don't even understand the full context of it. Like when you're part of a team like that, and you have coaching and coaching staff, these are people that you with like more than your family.
It's like family.
Seriously, yeah.
So your coaching staff like literally becomes like your family.
Yeah.
So I was good. I was glad to see them postpone it because, like KB said, I can only imagine what players are going through. You know, you sitting on the plane with them. You watching film with them, you in practice with them. And we know how assistant coaches be.
Yeah,
Good
my
cop,
favorite
bad cop.
coaches
Your
are assistant coaches.
favorite
Yeah, I was
coaches
gonna
are
say.
going to be the assistant coaches, bro. Because when Steve Kerr ain't playing Kuminga, he going over to Kuminga, man. I don't know what he doing either, bro. Yo, keep your
If
head
I was
up,
running
man.
this joint, you'd
Yeah,
be playing 48
exactly.
minutes.
Exactly.
To change the mood a little bit, Austin, can we get into drop the mic?
All right, we got further drop the mic today. It's real simple. What's one of your favorite comebacks in recent history, recent memory?
Games, players.
Paul George's
Games.
comeback. Oh, I have that.
It could be either or. You can interpret it differently.
Paul George's leg got caught under the stanchion, snapped, and he came back and was third in MVP a few years later. Like that's when you think about it, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So Paul George is like the individual player.
You know what my answer gonna be? They had these sleeves. They were black. They went out to the Bay.
Oh,
LeBron and Cat.
yeah.
That 3-1.
That's
Sometimes,
stupid. Like, what are you talking about?
sometimes you just gotta turn on them. Like Kyrie and Bron were just on this wavelength connection that just was different.
RJ caught a body at 40 years old in the finals. Like, come on, man. That's
Was that
crazy.
in the finals?
I'm pretty sure it was
He
the
caught
finals.
one on Christmas Day too.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Those old legs still.
Shout
had a
out to
little bit of
RJ,
bounce.
man.
Yeah.
For me, it was probably when the Clippers came back against the Warriors.
That was my game, too. 2019, first
Yes.
round in the playoffs.
when they were down 30 and then they came back and won the game. That was crazy.
That's Lou Will and Montrezl Hill
Yes.
pick and roll spam.
I
Could
went
not
to
stop
sleep.
it.
I'm thinking that game was over.
Yep.
yes.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was probably one of my favorite ones.
Ain't that the series that ignited? I'm Kevin Durant.
I think so, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think they
know.
were talking about Pat Bev is really guarding you
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Dog, you know who I am?
Yes.
I'm Kevin Durant.
Yes, he-
like
Shout out.
Because he was like, Pat
KD.
Bev not even really, he's not really guarding me. They're playing like a zone.
that's iconic, man. Like you know who I am?
Right. When y'all brought it up, I didn't really think about like comeback as like a player comeback. I was thinking more so like game comebacks, but I like those too. Mine was real recent too. I got two actually. I like the Pacers one in the in-season tournament when the Celtics was busting their ass and they
Oh,
came
yeah.
back. Tyrese, remember he had that miracle shot too, and also
Did that kick off the beef, or was it already brewing before that?
No, wait, which game you talking about?
He
You
said
talking about
against
against
the
the Bucks, or you said the Celtics?
this
Oh, right. You
The
said Celtics.
Celtics.
Celtics, right? Because they ain't come back for the Bucks. They was buzzing their ass.
Yeah. And then also I remember when my Lakers had made that, like they made all the trades last season, and we played the Mavericks and we was down like 27.
Yes,
And that's when
that
Jared,
was like an early game. That felt like a Christmas
it was
game.
Jared Vanderbilt who kind of led
Yes.
that comeback.
Yeah.
I don't
In
even know how many
Dallas.
points he
Yeah, in
scored,
Dallas.
but it was just like all energy. And I was
And
like,
did they have just traded for Kyrie? Did they have Kyrie?
I want to, I can't remember. I think so.
Yeah, I think they had Kyrie.
Yeah, they
They
did.
had Kyrie. That was in Dallas. I remember that. Yeah. That felt like a Sunday or something.
Hmm.
I remember a game where we went to. It was my least favorite comeback. Is when the Lakers were in town. Do you remember that game? The Bulls were up by 19 at halftime, and I'm like, "Yeah, Mike, yeah, y'all ain't know nothing." In the second,
Was this
half,
the second game?
I don't remember which game. I just remember we were up by 19.
remember-
going into
Oh, you know
halftime
what's another
and blew
good
that
one?
game?
Zach LaVine, Charlotte.
Oh,
That one was
those,
nice.
those last few threes at the end.
Yeah,
We
that was
missed that
crazy.
game live though, because we were doing Friendsgiving that day,
Oh,
and I was keeping up with the
That's
score
very true.
because
I
we were
remember
watching
that.
on the big
Yeah,
screen
yeah.
upstairs, and we
Because
went
I
to the
didn't
basement.
go to that. Yeah.
And we didn't watch it because it was a blowout. And I look at the score, I'm like, the Bulls won that game. And then we put it, because that's when we had the movie theater
Yeah.
back in the day. You know what I'm saying? We put it on the projector. But,
yeah. And then getting that steal and the
Oh,
inbound.
man,
and
what
hitting
a
that shot.
time.
He stepped back.
What did the
hit
commentators
three.
say?
He was like,
there
"Oh
a
no!"
Yeah.
It was,
Oh
no! Eric Collins.
Imagine listening to that like while you're driving your
For
car,
real.
and it's just like no, everything like world just
That
stops.
is driveway stuff. Like
yes.
you
in your mind,
Yeah,
right?
I'm down 9. I hit the 3. We down 6. Oh, I got the inbound steal. Oh, another inbound steal. I won again.
And then you missed the shot. You say, "Oh, they added 4 more seconds to the
Yeah,
clock."
uh-oh,
Hold
first
on.
time.
He missed
ever.
the shot. They called a foul.
commissioner calls
Late
in.
whistle.
The best part about that is my team captain, Kobe White, how excited he was
He
for
was
Zach LaVine.
very amped. He was. Yes, he was.
What a
As if
great
he was-
teammate Kobe White is, man. What a guy.
What a great player.
What a
I don't-
great player, too.
I got one. I don't remember if it was a comeback, but I remember Carmelo having that game against the Bulls where he was hitting those threes. Late in the
Another
game.
Sunday
Mhm.
day
Against-
game, and
yeah.
and Dang face.
Yes.
Yeah, he did the hit.
Yeah, he was.
From like that wing, he was
Yes.
torching him on that wing.
Yeah, then he skipped off on his head. Yeah.
Kobe Bryant down 9 against Toronto. That
Oh yeah,
really
with
good.
Rudy Gay,
Yes.
DeMar DeRozan, he would hit the shot over Tupi.
Yes, he was in his
yes.
bag.
Yes.
Those-
yes.
that's-
Bro, I was
that's
just
really
watching
good.
Kobe last game. It had popped up.
I was about to say, was that a comeback? The
Yeah,
Jazz were
yes,
winning that
yes.
game?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it was
was
a comeback.
down 10 with like 2 minutes left.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
Oh.
They were down 10 with 2 minutes
Do
left.
you remember the? I know you remember.
Yeah,
this,
with
the
Snoop
meme.
Dogg.
Oh, when he
hit
was
the
like
free
dancing
throw
on the
line.
free throw line.
Snoop Dogg. Oh yeah, Snoop Dogg was a part. At least the one I seen. But yeah, when he's dancing at the thing.
Yeah, they literally have my man's doing the Dougie on the free throw line. But if you look at it, it looks like it's real.
Yeah. You know who's got an argument for comeback player of the year this year?
Comeback player.
Yeah.
Who?
Dante Exum. Now, he's currently injured,
Mm-hmm.
but Dante Exum was a top 5 pick to Utah. Wasn't good.
Had
Went
to go play
overseas.
Yeah.
Came back, and I remember before the season started, a bunch of Mavs outlets were like, y'all don't understand how good Dante Exum really was.
Yeah, he was
overseas.
over there killing.
And he's gonna play a real part of the Dallas Mavericks team. I'm like, okay, but I've seen people go overseas, kill, and then come back and not really be on nothing.
Yes.
He's on something.
Yeah. He literally
the-
he worked his way into the starting lineup. That's
Yes.
how good he was playing.
Yeah. when
Maybe people should take that.
you know
like-
who also did it? Chris Dunn, another
Yeah.
guy this season.
Mhm.
Went over, lost his job 2 years ago. Went overseas, played for a season, came back in Utah on 3 consecutive 10-day contracts. They said, "Here, motherfucker, take a
So
real
is Jabari
contract."
Parker coming back?
No, no.
He just had a big game win over there in Barcelona.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to Bari.
Dante Exum.
all I
It's
can
just
say.
like it's cool because
Both
like,
of those dudes defend. Jabari
Yes.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Chris Dunn is one of the best defenders
we
in
knew
the world.
we knew like Dante could defend, but we knew like that shot was questionable. But you see, like everybody gives him the space now, but he's hitting it. So it's like,
Yeah.
When-
we gonna
when-
live with it now?
When he's healthy, it's Kyrie, it's Luka, it's him, it's DJJ, and it's Lively.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a really good 5, man.
Yes, it is.
That's a really good 5. I'm excited. I mean, they got to get healthy. They're always missing
Hey,
somebody.
especially when Tim Hardaway Jr.
If he doing what he doing, was averaging like
when
38
he
for a
knocking that
week.
thing down, that's just crazy. Didn't he have like 40 with
Yes, he
Kyrie?
did.
They both
Yes.
had for
Tim Hardaway Jr. When he got it going, there's no shot that he don't.
But when
like,
he
bro.
don't got it going,
When
He
you
still
take a
has
bet
that
on
same
him,
irrational confidence.
Yes,
when
Yes,
you
yeah.
bet
Or
on
he don't.
THJ, that's
Y'all
when
think
you
that's a good
finna
thing or bad
go
thing
0 for
to
16.
have
It's a
that
good thing.
confidence?
It's a good thing.
Whether you
You-
got
I
it
think you
going,
need one
bad.
guy on your roster that believes he's Michael Jordan
it's
when
a
he's
very
not.
good thing.
Yeah, bro, he's got like 3 or
You
4
ever seen a
clips
guy
this
who's
season.
hesitant to shoot?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he got like 3 or 4 clips this season where they just like he keeps shooting the ball. I think it was one time when they
Against
were
the
up
Knicks.
1. Yeah,
Against
they
the
were
Knicks.
up 1, and he's still shooting the ball.
Yeah,
It's
we were
like,
watching it
Yeah,
like,
it's
what
really
is
it's
he
like
doing?
the way he's shooting the ball, you would think they was down by like 3.
Yeah, he had one that hit the side of the backboard to get off as a rebound. He shoot another contested.
We just saw
one.
Irrational Confidence guy dog y'all last night. Cam Thomas is one of those guys.
Cam Thomas has.
You don't
He
gotta
ain't
talk
seen a
about
shot
last
he
night.
didn't like. I saw him take a shot where the rim is here, his feet were facing this way,
Yeah.
and he shot it. It went in. And like no coach is giving you the green light to take a shot where you not squared up and your feet is the opposite direction.
I'm loving the basketball talk that we have, and we need to pump the brakes and talk about some of these teams, though.
okay.
We
I'm here
missing
for it.
some of the Mavericks are a great team to
Mm-hmm.
talk about because I don't know if we really dove into them on how we feel and what type of expectations that we have
Yeah.
going forward because they've started the season off, I think, better than we expected.
Mhm.
Obviously, they lost Luka or whatever, but they still have maintained. How do y'all picture them shaping up in a strong Western Conference? Pretender, contender?
I still think they're a dangerous team to go to the conference finals as always. I think when you have Luka, he's shown that he's that good to where he can take you that far. But as far as like winning it all, it still kind of seems a little too early. I still think Darrick Lively needs a little bit more time to develop. I don't think you're gonna go into the NBA Finals and win it with a rookie center. You need some time. He needs to get a little bit stronger when you talk about that true physicality of the playoffs. But I do think they're a dangerous team. I don't think no one wants to play them. It's been years now that the Clippers had to go toe-to-toe with Luka. They went down 2-0 against him in a bubble. No, after the bubble.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're a dangerous team to go to the conference.
What would be your expectation for them? Since you know that you're saying Lively's too young, but they still dangerous. So what is a solid year where Mav fans should be like, okay?
I think them staying around that 6-5-4 range, maybe going to the second or third round.
Second or third
Conference
round.
Finals.
Third round, you right there.
Yeah, if they get there, then
If you do that with a rookie, if you get to the conference finals, that means you can get to the finals with a rookie center.
You think so?
You're right there.
Yeah, you're right there. But yeah, you could probably get I think Luka's
You're in
good
a
enough.
Final Four.
Yeah, I think Luka's good enough to get you there. But I still think you need that extra from that.
I think
spot.
my expectation would be like the semi-conference finals.
Second round.
Yeah.
And honestly comes down to because I think they're really dangerous, especially how they shoot the ball. They got Luka and Kyrie who can do anything offensively. Still worry about them defensively. I think the piece they missing, not necessarily who, but they just need some type of wing that can slide his feet and get stops for them.
Yeah.
Just one, honestly. I feel like that's kind of all they need. But I'm looking at the standings and like if they're staying where they at in that top 6, they could leave. They could get out in that first round.
Yeah.
You know, playing the
that's
top
also
one of
what I'm
these top
saying, yeah.
seeds. So you got to work your way up. And maybe you can play one of the lesser teams in you know, the second half.
If the
when
playoffs
start.
If the playoffs started today, they would be facing against the Denver Nuggets.
And I don't think they want that at all. They don't want that at all.
But luckily for them, I think they're in a great position where they have 2 guys that the opposing team have to treat like number 1 options. Like you literally have to defend Luka and Kyrie as if they're both number 1 options.
There's no chance that they
Yeah.
could do the big thing against that team in the first round.
Very slim.
It's very slim.
Luka's
Yeah.
legacy, man. If he knocked those dudes out,
I think that they
and
have-
I love that the fact that it's like we think about it. We know it's a slim chance, but Luka is really that good.
Yeah,
he is.
I've never it's
And
been a
you're giving him
long
Kyrie.
time, like very LeBron James at society and like a player that just post up. He could dominate a game from the post up spot.
Yeah.
that's the
You
best
gotta
part.
help, or it's a basket.
That's the best part of it.
And it's just like how you do that from a dude that also can dribble and pick a roll and take a step back 3 from 35 feet out. It's just like he's really got the whole package when he probably the same athleticism as me. Like he don't got no burn.
no.
He don't got what I'm
No.
trying to say. He don't got burning speed. He
You
doesn't
can't
jump
touch
out
the
the
net.
gym.
You can't touch the net. He can dunk.
I can't touch the net.
No.
That's a lie. I could
I
touch
don't-
rim.
What do you think, Darrick?
I think if
you
I-
can touch rim.
If I could,
I could glaze
could you
rim.
touch
That's
one of these? I don't even know
crazy.
if you could touch one of these lights.
Now y'all getting disrespectful.
I
He
don't-
could touch
I
one of
don't-
these lights.
I
Not,
hope
not,
so.
Not these short ones.
I know. I hope he can't.
This
touch
one right in front of
if
me.
you
Yeah,
can't touch one,
yeah.
yeah. you're crazy.
He's not touching that light right here in front of me. That's the highest one in here. He's
He
not
better
touching
be able
that.
to. No,
No,
that's
I
not.
can. I
He
can.
should, he should be able to.
Is he touching that right there?
like
When you
he's
walk into
dunking?
the entrance?
All
I
that.
hope so. Maybe I'm bugging, but I hope.
You touching that, Mike?
What?
You see the entrance,
off
the walkway.
screen? You know
Yeah.
how when you were a kid, you try to dunk. the
Yeah,
ball?
yeah,
That's
I
what
do.
we're
I
talking
just
about.
I still do that when I'm walking in my like apartment building. I'm touching
Hey,
the ceiling.
That,
Go do it.
that right there.
Go do it right now. We'll let y'all know behind the scenes. If
I
Mike
wish we had a
I
camera.
wish
Mike
angle.
get
Austin
it
could
done.
like turn the camera.
No, look how short that is. He's
Oh,
doing
okay.
it without
Oh,
jumping.
okay.
Okay.
My fault. My
He
fault.
can do it without
I
jumping.
thought it was a
All
little high. You're
Yeah,
right.
the perception is kind of weird.
I'm sitting down. I thought it was high.
Luke is definitely more athletic than
I'm
you.
sorry.
Oh, for sure. I would hope
because,
so.
because strength is part of athleticism,
yeah, it is.
and he
Luka's
is a
strong.
strong. He
I
ain't
think that's
Luka
his,
strong.
that's his biggest attribute in athleticism. He is.
Strength and balance. I think who was it?
For Luka?
I think so. I think
Oh, I
Steve.
thought you were doing your own.
Yeah,
scout
no,
report.
not me.
Oh.
I think Steve Nash was talking about it too. Like balance is a part of athleticism. Being able
It
to do
is.
all these like him turning his body and making a behind the back pass to the corner, like that takes some type of
You know who's
athleticism.
one hell of an athlete?
Who?
Michael Jackson, man. Michael Jackson was
Oh.
one hell of an athlete.
How so? Are you just talking about the dance?
I'm talking about the
dancer.
dancing,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
balance. He had
Oh,
it
yeah,
all.
yeah.
He
Mhm.
might have been 5'4".
I thought KB knew like he was out here hooping or something. I didn't know.
No, that's Prince. Prince was the hooper. But to get back to your original question about my expectations for them, I expect them to maintain one of the top 6 spots, and it's not a guarantee. I think they're only a half game above the team that's beneath them.
They have game above 2 teams.
So
and
yeah, I
they're a half
expect them to
game
keep
back
that.
from the Pelicans.
They're a team that, barring the right circumstance in the right series, I could see them get into second.
So if they match up with OKC, is that a?
Ooh.
Is that
I'm taking OKC in that series,
take
but
it?
it's a series.
it's a 7 game?
It's a series, bro. It's one of them ones I'm like, damn. I can't wait for that. Now, OKC feels like a team that's pretty safe at 1 or 2, so that would mean that Dallas either fell down to the play-in and advance that way. But
They only a game back from the half game back from the Pelicans, which would put them 5 behind the Clippers. That would be another first round matchup.
the Clippers versus Luka again.
The Clippers
I don't
they
know.
gonna show an example to.
They need
They
to.
are. Yeah, I mean,
Because right now he been doing his thing individually. Obviously, he ain't won every series, but yeah, I like the team a lot though. They're
So how do y'all feel about OKC? Are they true contenders or pretenders?
And how much do y'all value experience?
I value it a lot when it comes to playoff time. I think young teams, they might be good, as we saw with Memphis, but when it comes to playoff time, I think they're very vulnerable. And it just shows a little bit. And so I think them being a 2 seed is good. It's fun. They're having a great year, especially coming off what they've been going through with this rebuild. But I still think being this young, it's too early to put them as a contender.
You know who it is that does it? Go get Nicholas Claxton. Just go get him.
And put Chet at the 4?
Yeah, yes,
Holy
that's
shit.
what he played all
That's
summer league.
That is a long lineup.
But they're not. They're a small team.
Yeah.
Outside of Chet, everybody else in his roster is 6'8" or smaller. Like they need more size. And Nicholas Claxton's not like he's 7-footer. He's a smaller big, but he's a bigger big. If that makes sense.
Well, No, he's more- he's
after
more
last
seasoned.
night, the Nets gonna be looking at him a little close. You know how that go. One get an amazing game and out of franchise like.
But no, are they real contenders? I'm gonna say yes. Even though they lack, I mean, the only people that have playoff experience is Shea has, I think, a series or maybe 2 series because he had
Chris
the one
Paul.
with Chris Paul and the one
Clippers.
before he got traded, the one with the big comeback, and then Davis Bertans. That's it. Nobody else has playoff experience on the roster, and that's obviously really scary. But if we take away that,
Isaiah Joe was on the 76ers. He ain't play, but he was.
That don't count.
He know what it's like to be in a locker room. And
he got that
playoffs.
extra bonus for making the playoffs before. You take that away, there's no other excuse to not. Like, that's the only thing. They're a top 5 offensive team, top 5 defensive team. As we know, that is the recipe to win a championship. Their point differential is ridiculous. They have a superstar player. Like, they have every single thing other than the experience. And the experience might be the biggest thing. But everything else
That,
is like,
when I think of like experience, I think about just like the reps and the amount of times you've been there. And for like these younger players that haven't, yes, they have a top 5 offensive defense in that season, but once obviously the game slows down, it's just like who has seen these coverages before and who has stepped up in these moments? Because like
Shea
is going to do this. Shea is probably like the least question mark you could have for OKC.
Yeah.
But like they're going to throw every single coverage at him to try to slow him down. At least try to get a couple games because like you just need to steal 1 or 2 to try to wrap up a series.
Are they a team that y'all can see if they match up with the Suns, who have a lot of experience? KD, D-Books, they've all been to the finals. That to me looks like a series where I think the Suns can come out on.
I think OKC could come out on that too.
I think they could for sure.
And I think it's because like Phoenix hasn't really shown that they're perfect.
Yeah.
You know? And so like they do have the experience and everything, but it's just like those top dudes, they're going to have to do everything for y'all. Unless, I don't know, Josh Okogie's turning up or Yusuf
Don't
Nurkic.
forget about Grayson Allen.
No,
He leading the
Grayson
league in
Allen.
Oh,
percentage.
Grayson Allen. My fault. Grayson Allen too.
man out there.
Hey,
Shooters are the people I worry about when it comes to playoff times because it's like they don't get no looks no
Who
more.
would y'all take in that series?
OKC or OKC versus Suns?
I'm probably taking the Suns.
Damn. Just because I'm Kevin Durant
Kevin
and that's
Durant,
Devin
Devin
Booker.
What if they
Bradley
matched up
Beal.
against the Timberwolves?
I'm gonna take the Timberwolves.
I would take the Timberwolves too.
Interesting. Okay. Because personally, I see the OKC Thunder of more of contenders than the Timberwolves.
Oh no! I think the Timberwolves are much
Me
more
too.
into that mode. Mike
Me
Conley's
The
a veteran
reason is that
PG.
their offense sucks. They have a bad offense.
But the thing is, when it comes to the playoff,
You
time,
still need to score.
Everybody's offense kind of takes a dip.
so you
But
telling me
theirs
that
is-
their
no.
20th offense is going to dip even more? Damn, I don't feel good about
I'm
it.
saying theirs is probably going to be fine. Like, they're going to still stay around that range, and they're still going to be okay. I think Anthony Edwards and Cat is going to produce enough offense for you to where you can stay in those games. And I still think you have that good defense that you can rely on a night-to-night basis, even when your offense is struggling.
I see what you're saying, but at the end of the day, scoring is going to matter a lot in the playoffs.
And I think you have two legitimate.
They're the 21st offensive team. No team has ever been in the conference finals as bad as this offensively.
But you have to consider the fact that they also playing with two bigs.
It ain't.
They're going to do that.
I know, but the reason why they have one of the best defenses in the league is because they're playing with those
Darrick,
two good
I am
bigs.
telling you, and I don't know what the future holds.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, based on the statistics of the league, 20th offense or lower does not make runs. It just doesn't.
I hear you, but I mean that defense is
It's the best in the league.
That
Yes.
defense is something to be scared of.
It is the best in the
So I
league.
think that defense
41
can hold it
games
down.
in, halfway into the season, 20th offense haven't seemed to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
In the regular season. But when
Yeah,
you're talking about
when they need to put up points against the Celtics, what did they do? They put up points.
both teams, Rudy Gobert didn't play, Porzingis didn't play, and somebody else for the Celtics didn't play. I'm not saying they're not a good basketball team. They're an amazing basketball team. We're talking 7-game series where scheme versus scheme, coach versus coach. That is a team that feels like you can scheme around because they don't have a lot of offensive variance.
But I think the teams that especially the team we talking about with the Suns, I think they're the same way. I think you can scheme them up, especially with the defense that the Timberwolves have. The Suns, out of respect and like the guys that they have, not much fear. Not much fear. They're not a good.
I understand what you mean, too.
The other thing, not there. Yusuf Nurkic, see you, bye. No threat. Josh Okogie, beat my guests in the corner. Hey, matter of fact, Rudy, guard him. Matter of fact, don't guard him. Who else we got? Jordan Goodwin is going to play minutes. Respect, love the story. Not a threat. We are good.
I like the Timberwolves in that series. When I see the Timberwolves eventually go against a team like the Clippers or see them go against a team like the defending champions, that's where I get scared.
Oh, well, I'm scared for any of these teams that play against the Clippers.
Yeah.
I'm scared. The Nuggets don't have no walk-through kick against the Clippers.
Automatically, if you're going to be a contender, you're going to have to face one or two of those teams.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what scares me. That's why when I look
one
out,
team in here that I say, man, I ain't worried about the Clippers.
Nope.
for sure.
I think the Clippers are probably, for me, it's still the most dangerous team out west. Still.
You saw Jamal Murray yesterday?
They hooped. They won by 2.
They did.
Good-
Bro,
good
that
game,
game, winning by 2, nobody was hitting shots, really, it felt like.
That's how I
The
first.
Celtics are no longer going to be the team that go undefeated at home
Yeah.
because Jokic and Jamal.
That was
Murray.
a very winnable game, too, for
Very
them.
winnable.
Very
we were
winnable.
watching like that last shot.
Very
Yeah, me and
awful,
KB
bro.
was like, there's no way you call 2 timeouts, and that's the best shot
I was
you
just
came up with.
watched it again before we got here. Even Aaron Gordon missing the free throws, like
Yeah.
it just gives you the chance.
Jaylen
But,
Brown missed some
Jaylen
free
Brown
throws
missed the
late,
free
too,
throws.
so it was like,
Jason Tate, that layup, he did
Oh,
not
he
get
won-
fouled.
he-
he want that back.
He
so
won
bad.
it, and it was like you look back at it, it's just like a 1-on-4 that he
103,
just tried to
104.
force up.
He want that back for sure. Another team, we talked about the Mavericks. We got up to the 2 top teams, Minnesota and Thunder, that like experience. Another team that's in the middle right now that kind of, I just don't know, the Pelicans. It's not that I don't think that they're good, but it's like, where do y'all place them amongst these other teams out west?
I just think they're pretenders just because when you look at the upper echelon talent, I just don't think they got it. I think they're going to be good the regular season, but for the most part, they just don't pose a threat to me. When I look
Outside,
at them.
I figure you would say pretenders, but same thing with the Mavericks. What is the expectation? What do you see them doing if they matched up?
I view them as a first-round exit.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how I view
I
it.
think I feel like they're one of the easier
No
teams to
chance.
scheme too.
No chance. to
Where are
do
they at
anything.
right now?
They would play against the Clippers.
Yeah, no. And then if they played against the OKC Thunder, no. If they played against the Nuggets, no. If they played against the Wolves, no. Because I don't even see them climbing up higher.
So they couldn't upset the Thunder. There's no way that they could. Obviously, there's a chance for
There's
everything.
some chance, but I would go like 60-40 in that series.
That's the thing about the Pelicans to me. Is like, I agree with you. I see first round exit, but in the back of my mind, I know this is like a baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
Pitching staff ain't been doing nothing that amazing all season, but we've been hanging on. And then we get to the playoffs. Now the pitching staff is on point. Or you're 3, 4, 5. All of a sudden, all
I was
get
about to
hot
say Trey
streaks.
Murphy's just on a hot one.
streak.
Jose Alvarado can't do nothing wrong out
Well,
there.
I
like-
think it'll probably be Brandon Ingram or Zion.
No, I mean those dudes do what they do, but I'm talking about you said the 3-4. I'm talking about the other guys down the road. It's
For
like
sure.
that's what makes it is they so deep.
Yeah, they are.
They can hurt you from a lot of different areas. I mean, Brandon Zion and then CJ, he come in and hit 5 threes
Trey
on
Murphy.
you know.
But those are the ones I'm thinking about. If those
Yeah.
4, if CJ Murphy, Zion, Ingram are like rolling at the same time at the end of the season and going
I
to the
can't
playoffs.
wait, man, because I really feel like it's gonna be on them. Because I always had this feeling with this Pelicans team is just like they spacing, they can be very schemed against, so where it's like they gonna pack the paint in. And yes, they do have shooters, but if Jonas Valanciunas out there, we packing it in on
Well,
him.
luckily this should be the last year seeing this. I don't know how they're gonna get some space.
They
at
need
the
they
five.
need some they need a dude that can space it out at the
Yeah.
5 or somebody that has size that can like provide that. for them.
Valanciunas on the last year of his deal though. So
Yeah.
KB,
I just enjoy watching this team play. I don't have any expectations.
one night they'll blow you out. One night they get blowed out.
Devin Booker gave him 52 last night.
52 points, bro. 52.
A 50 burgers.
It was,
AD
and I
would say.
love Devin
Yeah.
Booker. That was I couldn't even really grasp the full thing because it was just a tough game to watch because they were just manhandling him.
I think the biggest thing for them, as far as what will put them over the top, is seeing Supernova Zion, and I'm not confident we're going to get that again. So because of that,
Wendell Carter.
What about? Oh,
Yeah,
you know, there's a trade. Yeah,
I think it would be worth trying.
yeah, it would be worth trying.
I think it would.
He's just such a small big that like I don't know. You gotta go get some pretty big bigs.
I was gonna say, do you worry about because
Yeah.
Valanciunas he can rebound the ball? Do you worry about rebounding?
So
at
that's
that
the
point?
thing. Like, where are you finding this stretch floor spacing?
He does
There's not
exist.
many out
Yeah,
there.
because
That's
Miles
one
Turner's now
also-
off the market.
Yep.
He's
Chris
no longer
Stopp's not on the market.
So
I know a guy, but he's not very good anymore. But if you want a
Big
guy,
He can
Vooch?
rebound the ball,
Big
can't he? though?
Vooch?
Big Voot's one of the best rebounders. He shoots threes. He's shooting
Yeah.
22% there, but he shoots them. You know, I don't think Bulls fans recognize how bad Vooch has been shooting the three.
But you know the funny
this
thing
year.
about Vooch? Vooch is the type of player who will get traded and then be shooting 38%.
I hope so.
Or
I got
like
number
maybe
well
he
wishes.
won't get traded, but next year he might be back shooting, you know.
Don't put that in there. He will be traded.
No, you gotta go
Last
out there and play
dance.
up. You gotta go out there and play up that trade value.
It's always so tough to figure
did
out where
against
these,
the Raptors. He
where
had
these
like a
centers
30
are going to get traded because so many teams have a center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where does he
I feel
find
like the
himself?
centerpiece is always like kind of hard because usually teams already have their solidified big.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
He just said the same thing. He just reworded it a little bit.
I did.
I'm doing my Hawks series. I did episode 1, and I traded DeJounte and Hunter. I want to trade Capella, but I'm like, I don't know where to send this guy. Everybody has a center, man. Everybody. The Warriors need a center,
Send him
but
to
I
the
don't want
Warriors.
Wiggins.
Yeah.
And do they want Clint? I don't think the Warriors want Clint either.
I think they would take Clint Capella.
At least he's a big body that
Yeah,
rebounds.
they would take. They need some
But
size.
they've always had centers that are like very good at playmaking and passing. That,
JaVale McGee is not a playmaker.
but he also came off the bench.
Yeah, this is a different Warriors team, though. This is not that Warriors team. That Warriors team this Warriors team should not think like that Warriors team. This team needs a lot. Have you watched the Warriors?
No,
lately?
they need a lot.
You know, we're giving them some grace because they just had a tragedy. But like as far as basketball goes, they should not be thinking like the past Warriors teams. This team is awful. This team, we're talking about the Pelicans, and we don't even have no expectation for them. This team bust their ass.
Yeah.
Embarrass them on Channel 7. It's one thing to have a national televised game on TNT, ESPN. What's another channel that has games? I don't know.
NBA TV.
NBA TV. But Channel 7 is like your
Everybody.
grandma will watch
Yes.
that because it's just on. She was watching
People
the
without
news.
cable
They're-
can watch it.
You're right. That's a real national
He said for the broke people.
televised game. Your auntie who don't watch nothing but the news just so happen to see the Warriors play. Oh, that's that little Steph Curry. Ass bust.
Do y'all got cable? Or do you just
TV. I have YouTube
Hulu
TV.
TV.
I can't
But that
believe-
wasn't even the worst one, P. The Grizzlies one, I was just like, oh,
no, bro.
Man.
no. When I was looking at the slate, I was like, this should be an easy dub.
Hey, they uninvited me from your camp.
Really?
I'm on your ass.
What you mean?
Wait, what?
He
what
doesn't
camp?
get it.
G.G. Jackson
Yeah,
went up to
G.G.
Steph
Jackson
and
got
said,
invited to Steph Curry's camp.
Oh.
"Yeah, invited me
My-
from y'all camp, so I'm
stupid.
on your ass." Jakob,
Yeah.
Jakob.
Another center that could be on the move.
Steven.
Jakob.
Oh.
Yeah.
He fits the mold a
Is
little
he-
bit
what
more
is
for the
his,
Warriors because he can
contract,
play.
like
He
20
can
mil?
rebound it.
Oh, don't ask me.
He gotta
nothing
get
about
healthy.
that.
I thought it was 20.
Yeah,
I'm
because they're
double check.
starting Jonte Porter at 5. Barbecue sets for all other centers.
And
in
he's
the
supposed to
NBA.
be stretching the floor. He's shooting like 22% from
Yeah,
three.
He was shooting it. He
would let him go.
Yeah.
What college you went to?
I don't know. I didn't know who he was until the other night.
Really?
Yeah, I never heard.
That's so funny.
I saw when he was playing the Bulls. I was like, "Who the fuck is Porter?"
Damn.
I had to look him
I
up.
didn't. Do you know who he's kin to?
No, not Otto Porter, right?
Definitely not Otto Porter.
Otto
He's
Porter.
teammates with Otto
Yeah,
Porter.
he's teammates with him.
Yeah.
Are you being serious?
Craig Porter Jr. from the Cavs.
Oh, he is? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
That's crazy. Anyway, before we get into the next team,
Michael Porter Jr.'s little brother.
No, they're not.
I swear it is. They both went to Missouri. Look
he
it up.
said no, they not. He's crazy. While Darrick looks that up, let's hear from our sponsor.
Why should you bet with Caesars Sportsbook? 2 words, Caesars Rewards. Every bet brings you closer to the type of benefits only Caesars can offer. Hotel stays, VIP experiences, sports and concert tickets, and more. It's not just an app, it's an empire.
I never really know when you're trolling or not, bro.
No,
Did you
I-
really not know that?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, you
I
learn
see
something
it.
new every day.
He said, no, they're not. No, they're not.
He was saying, yeah, to Craig Porter Jr., but I don't. But Michael Porter Jr., no way.
On the Eastern Conference side of things, we talked about a lot of different. You know what? The Kings. We'll talk about the Kings. Right.
Pretenders, if you
Yeah, I
ask
think
him
they're
the
pretenders.
big question.
I think a lot of these teams now are gonna be pretenders, but what are like? What do
like
y'all see?
like gauging them and
Yeah.
everything.
Kevin Huerter's been playing a lot better this last week or so. He had a 30-piece and he had 20-something,
So
which
he
is
won't
good.
be a Bull.
He will not be a Bull, which is fine. But they need to do something.
What is that something?
I
though?
just don't know.
I just don't know what that
Pascal
something
felt like a
is.
guy
Is it
that
DeMar
was.
DeRozan?
No, please
Whoa,
don't.
where
For-
did that even come
For the sake
from?
of their organization, for me, yeah. But
Where
for the
did
sake
that
of their
even come
organization,
from?
no.
Starter could be a move they can make.
Hell.
That's how slim pickings it is on the trade
Yeah.
market right now.
Oh no, my pickings would just have to be non-existent. with that shit.
That's how I felt though, because it's like you brought in the same team as last year, and you've seen other teams get better. Like you got to have that type of like want to jump.
But hey, they tried. Pascal just didn't
Yeah.
want to sign that long term, but they probably would have pulled the punches to get that happening. I would really be contacting for Jeremy Grant, man. Like I would
Yeah.
be igniting that, like to a T.
After
sure
what I
Blazers
watched
made
last
him.
night, I'd throw the farm for Jeremy Grant right now
Yeah.
if I'm the Kings.
Might as well.
Didn't the Blazers make him untouchable though?
Oh, I don't know.
Whoa.
Why would they do that?
I'm not keeping up with Blazers.
Why
I
news.
thought they
would
said they weren't interested in trading him.
If it was anybody to know, it would be him. He's into it with
I'm
Blazer
not.
Twitter.
I'm not buying that. That had.
I would be very surprised if that came out. I just don't understand why would you not want to try. I would be like, if you want to give me a good package for him, please.
Now, if
take
they're
him.
saying they're not happy with some of the offers and they're not going to give them up for nothing,
Yeah,
I
that
understand.
makes a little bit more
Untouchable is like a phrase where Steph Curry is untouchable, bro.
Yeah, hold on.
There's
Y'all
only a
can
few
keep
people
going. I'm gonna see if I
in
can
history,
Find
in theory, that should be untouchable. But Jalen Johnson, untouchable. You know, according to reports,
yeah.
untouchable is just such a strong word.
Yeah, I just like I don't even believe that he's untouchable.
LeBron is untouchable.
He's
Luka's
not on.
untouchable.
He's not on the market, but I guarantee if I called the Hawks at the right price,
Did
Jalen
y'all
Johnson
see Three
would be in a
Cones
different-
tweet? Whereas like, do y'all think GMs ever just call up and be like, "What you want for Jokic?"
Yeah.
And they just hang up like they just want to joke around because they're bored.
Yeah, I would.
I would not take your ass serious no more. You would never get
Well, my teams will be winning back-to-back championships anyway, so that people just know I'm joking.
I don't see anything about untouchable for Jeremy
Yeah.
Grant. The
Maybe I read
last
the
thing
wrong
that I
thing,
see
my bad.
untouchable says Damian Lillard, Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grants are all untouchable. That's January 2023 last year.
Okay.
See how that went.
Right. That was a lie.
Uh,
The lie detector says that was a lie. The Lakers, we have to talk about your
wait, the Kings underrated. They've blown a decent amount of games in the fourth quarter this season, and that frightens me a little bit for them.
Did they just have a win where they who was that against?
They had the game against the Bucks where they came back,
That was the one. That was
and
the
then
one.
Dame hit the game winner because
That
they
was the
missed some
one.
free throws. And
Oh
then-
no! The Suns. They was busting the Suns' ass.
Yes, they
Yes,
were up
and the
by
Suns-
double digits,
Bro,
and the Suns
that
came
was
back.
crazy. It took 8 minutes, and then the Suns just
It was
came-
over with.
Yeah, that was such a
Was
crazy.
it like a
run.
26-4 run or
Yes.
something? Something crazy.
Currently
like
on a
that.
4-game losing streak, man. Sacramento Kings.
And that's in the West. That just drops you so far. Bro.
Hey, and all of us Bulls fans here, right? Bulls fans. We need this right now. We need
the pick.
teams to be on a 4-game losing
for a
streak
pick or for a trade.
for a trade.
Yeah.
We just because we're all Bulls fans here. So
How many times are you gonna say
I'm
that?
gonna wait till somebody say otherwise, but that tells me that that's all true. Then I love that.
I rock with the Bulls.
I know. I've been hearing you say, "Oh yeah, my Bulls did close that game out." I heard you say that the other day. I'm like, "Yeah, we did."
Lakers, man. Lakers. I'm gonna skip over the Jazz. We'll get to the Jazz. Come on. Make this quick,
Pretenders.
Mike. Come on.
Pretenders. What I want.
Love to hear him say it.
They're such an unserious team.
There's usually a guy that
really
come
are.
up here and say, wait till we get our footing right.
Nah, it's the same thing you kind of pick apart with the Timberwolves is the offense is just you can't really have consistent games where you can't like put in and make shots. It really just can't happen. And then not only that, it killed me because the game against who did we just play? The game before against that D'Lo, they were talking about how good we played, and D'Lo came out and was like, yeah, a lot of our defensive mishaps they come from defensive communications.
You played against the Mavericks.
We beat the Mavericks, and he came out. He said a lot of this is like we played defense because we was communicating our defense. That's where our area we struggle at. The very next game, they got picked apart from the threes. They were just running set. They ran sets just to like because they know the Lakers not gonna be just simple switch. They're gonna try to do it the hardest part. They're gonna close out wrong or whatever, and they're just gonna give up threes. And so
the Brooklyn Nets were 3-16 before yesterday in their last 19 games.
You can't beat teams if you can't score the ball.
The Lakers were an 8.5-point favorite in that game and lost.
It's just crazy because like teams just come to LA and they just want to just bust y'all ass.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
And sometimes it's easy.
Yeah, I don't know if they really want to. It's just that the Lakers are like, no.
You get shot. You will get shot. You will get shot.
Wait, did Spencer Dinwiddie have a good game? I did not watch the game at all.
He made some shots because they literally
coming
left
into the
him wide
game,
open.
he was shooting 35% from the
Do y'all see
field.
the report?
What?
That he's doing it on purpose?
Dog, he's playing so not good that they think he is on strike.
Yeah.
They
That's
are
why-
thinking he is purposely not trying to hoop because he is on some type of strike.
I just know this game started up. He
Spencer
said he's shooting
Dinwiddie's not on
35%
strike,
in
by
like
the way,
the last 12 games.
No, there's a 0% chance a person is going to ruin their career
No, yeah.
on a strike like
we
that.
have talked to him and interviewed him. He is a basketball guy. He is, I'm doing ones. I'm playing against KD and Kyrie and one-on-one in
winning,
practice.
I guess,
And I'm
according to
winning.
him.
He does not strike me as a guy who is purposely going out there and not hooping.
Well, you know, a part of his contract is in crypto,
Yeah.
and crypto crashed.
Yeah.
So he's probably like stressed the fuck out. And
So
he didn't,
trade
he
him to
didn't-
the
He didn't
Lakers.
sell those shoes either.
and he
Trade
got
him to the Lakers.
crypto.
No, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Spencer, I'm still waiting on my shoes.
Yeah. It's been 4 years?
That's the last thing he worried about right now.
Damn, you remember I did that Twitter show? The light-skinned kid said he wanted some shoes. Let me send that. They just show up at your doorstep.
He made the right decision. I probably won't go
Maybe
do
he
shit.
didn't send on purpose because Darrick had that start bench cut. Paul George, Kawhi, Tyler Hero.
Why would you do that? That's
so
crazy. They really had us out there asking that
And it's crazy that that's not on my name.
But
Spencer Dinwiddie will always remember me as the guy that put Tyler Hero
Who
in
made
the
that?
I don't remember.
One of the producers made that.
I don't remember.
But now everybody thinks I made it.
Yeah. Did we not push back on that? Were we just too happy to be here to be like,
I
that's
think so,
stupid?
No, yeah, we didn't say it was stupid, but we were in the meeting like, no, we laughed and we tried to give hints. But
We've
you know,
evolved a lot since then. I wish somebody would tell us to do
For
that
sure,
start bench
for
cut
sure.
right now. You're like, bro.
I would just go back and forth, and if you don't change it, I would just when you see that live show, it would just be changed. It would just be like, oh yeah.
well, before you move on, though, one more
Tyler
thing about the
Hero.
Lakers. It makes it feel weird because they're struggling, but Anthony Davis is having like an amazing season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think I saw
And
something. He
LeBron.
was on pace to be the first person to average 25 points, like 2.5 blocks since like Shaq in 2001. It was something crazy like that. I'm like, damn.
I still can't
And
really
y'all still sub 500?
consistently pull out wins.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
because like this is what y'all been begging for, like to get this type of season from Anthony Davis, and then y'all
Yeah.
get it, and it's like y'all don't do shit with it. Y'all just
And I really just don't understand the problem. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand the lack of communication on defense, giving up these threes. Teams always catching fire from behind the arc against y'all. Guys needing to play better. But just from an on-paper standpoint, when you look at the roster, Anthony Davis thriving at the 5, LeBron still playing high-level basketball. You got Austin Reeves, you got D'Lo, you got Vando, you got Rui. Torian
had
Prince
one
has
of
been
the worst
solid.
games,
Torian
bro.
Prince is getting you what you signed up for. He's been solid.
Yeah.
What is the problem?
I think there's always a bunch of false hope with this roster every offseason. I think we see something that they do. And
But
we're like,
those
"Ooh."
that collection of names.
Yeah, I know. We look at it and be like, ooh, this is what they needed. This is exactly what they needed.
But not
And
not just looking
can
at it.
look
They
at their
was
ro-
alright in the playoffs last year. This
They
was the
were,
team, really.
yeah.
So what?
I don't know what they're missing. It's just because they had 2 All-NBA caliber players in AD and LeBron, and then have great surrounding pieces. It sounds like a much better team on paper. But I just think the effort's always sometimes not there. The defensive miscues is there. It's a lot. It's like the little shit that I think, like the Nets was beating y'all to loose balls and stuff. Like It's stuff like that I think separates y'all from the other teams.
And there's no trade out there that really fills those holes. They be like,
Yeah.
oh, get Zach LaVine. Zach
Yeah.
LaVine may make those holes a little bigger. DeJounte Murray.
Oh my God.
I thought that's what you looked at.
Oh no.
DeJounte Murray.
DeJounte Murray is actually a very
I
funny
would
trade
like
to
yesterday
make.
when
He's
I was
only making
watching the
18
game
mil.
against
sure.
Brooklyn. I was like, DeJounte would help in this
He
game.
would, yeah. He
Because
would.
a lot of times, like I said, our shots were not falling, especially in that second half. He has the ability to get to the paint, similar to LeBron, and make tough shots, in the paint.
That mid-range jumper is phenomenal. Real quick.
Hold on the Lakers, because
Okay.
I was just looking this up. Y'all hit 10 threes a game. The opposing team hits 14. So every single game, you're starting off down by 12, based on how many.
It's
you
not a
score
good
and how many
recipe to
give up.
win. It's just not a good recipe to
What's
win.
the percentage of the other teams
You mean how many they hit?
against the Lakers? Like when teams play against the Lakers,
What's their shooting percentage? from
Oh, I'm
three?
not on cleaning the glass.
I could get that.
Okay.
Let me just look real quick.
But just in general, the fact that the opposing teams are getting that much, many more 3-point shots to y'all, it's by far the worst in the league.
Mm-hmm.
The only team it's at 4.4. The Bulls at negative 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a huge
And
range. So
another
you
thing
start
that
every
doesn't
game
help
down
us-
by 6 points.
Yeah,
'Cause-
y'all give up the most made threes at 14.4. Y'all allow the most second least attempts. Y'all rank 28th, and teams attempt 38 threes against y'all, and y'all 19th in percentage.
And that's why with the
Teams shoot
changes that
38%.
Darvin Ham did, I understood it too. And he's like, I need more skill out there, because our best two players, Anthony Davis is not a 3-point shooter. LeBron, he can get hot, but it's just like you want him in the paint and dominating the paint. Everybody else has to be willing to take those and make those threes.
And you know what's so hilarious?
What?
If you flip it, it's the same way. So like y'all attempts a game from 3, 30th. Y'all are dead last in attempts.
Yep.
Made threes, 10.9, like KB said, 28th. So like 3-point
Damn.
percentage, y'all are 19th in percentage, and teams against y'all are 19th.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like y'all just I just don't know.
Y'all playing like it's 2008. It's not. Simple.
You might be champions this 2008.
You might be.
Real quick, these other teams, the Jazz. Any
Pretenders.
Pretenders.
no.
Oh,
Well, obviously,
no,
you
no,
talking
I
about like
think that Chris
expectations.
Dunn and Colin Sexton as a backcourt can win a championship.
No, but I was gonna say they're fun as hell
They're
to
one of the
watch.
most fun teams to
playoff
watch right
team?
now.
Can they sneak in to the play-in? They're 9th right now.
I think they'd
yeah.
be a fun playing team.
I believe in
They could
Lowry.
be dangerous, man.
Who would they go against in the playing right now? The Lakers?
Yep. They would be dangerous.
All it takes is Lowry Martin to
Kelly
get
Olynyk-
hot.
Kelly Olynyk 6 threes against y'all in that game.
And it's crazy. I think
He-
the
he
Jazz
do
will
for
simply
one.
just outwork y'all. They're going to be hungrier.
Bigger, physical.
Yeah. Well, not bigger and more physical. They
Lakers
got
even
LeBron
had that
Embiid.
thing where
But
they
I just think they'll be more.
Bro, that's why I said they're the most rangiest
Outside of that,
team.
who do they got? Because they got Walker Kessler, Laurie Markkinen, John Collins, Fontecchio. What's my boy name? I just said Kelly Olynyk. They got a lot more size than the Lakers. I know you got those two names, but
Yeah.
That's why I said the Lakers got the most range.
they
'cause
got Vandal.
we talking about it, like I definitely think they could end up losing that game, but it's also part of me. It's like they could probably walk in there and just bust them. Like they could walk them
Yeah,
out.
if
the building.
LeBron
Yeah.
flip on that
It
switch.
would
You know what I'm
in
saying? They
Utah.
have that switch. It's just they don't know how to flip it.
Yeah.
Rockets.
The Jazz. I need them to make the playoffs because Larry Markkinen is the oldest player in the league with 0 playoff experience.
It's always these guys that are connected to the Bulls.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what I was thinking yesterday?
What were you thinking yesterday?
Rockets got to be one of the sexiest 11 seeds ever.
That's what I'm going to say. Are they
Yeah.
falling back to reality? Are the playoff hopes, play-in hopes out?
No.
I think they could still fight for the play-in, but
Who they taking
think-
out? The Jazz are extremely red hot. The Suns are the Suns. The Lakers.
The thing about
would
the
have to be the
Jazz's
Lakers.
streak is that they don't have a bunch of luck. Sometimes you see a team go on a 5-game win streak. You remember the Bulls went on their win streak. They were shooting 50% from 3 during the 5-game stretch. That's unsustainable, if that's the word. The Jazz are not shooting well, and they're still winning basketball games. So it's not like a bunch of luck involved. It feels like Will Hardy has finally put together their rotation. Walker Kessler's coming off the bench and letting John Collins run the 5, and his combination coming off the bench with Keontae George has worked out a bunch. So it felt like just really good coaching and really good timing, and it's not a lot of luck. So that makes me feel like that's a real team that's going to be competing for a spot. I don't know, because they started off 7-17, so they started off awful. Could that be them? Could this be them? I'm more on the side of this is the real version
it's
versus
kind of
that.
crazy.
So
to
then
me.
how do Rockets get back in? The Lakers falling out?
That would be
That would have to be the way.
And that's
They
not
don't
happening.
feel
No
like it.
run for the Warriors. This is just it. They're gonna be a 12
Unless
seed.
they make a trade.
February
then,
8th, we'll know.
If they make a trade, then I'll start to look at them a little differently. But right now, on paper with what I got, I haven't seen much that tells me they're going to turn the corner. Unless Steph Curry just turns to Super Steph again.
He hasn't been even Steph recently.
Yeah.
Switching sides real quick to the Eastern Conference. I'm gonna start off the opposite way. We're gonna start from the bottom. Brooklyn.
It's over.
No
Raps.
playoffs?
Trade him.
No playoffs.
Just trade
I'm
him.
just here to watch Cam Thomas games.
I'm here to watch Cam Thomas highlights. I'm not tuning into no live. They're one of the teams that's off the map for me. I would rather watch a 48-minute Spurs game than a half of the Brooklyn Nets right now.
Well, yeah.
Even when
Wemby-
Ben Simmons come back.
Wemby is definitely
When Ben
more.
Simmons come back, he gets one game.
Okay.
One game.
He gets one game. If he ends up with 4, 4, and 6, I'm not
Seen
coming
him
back.
warming up yesterday.
Oh my God. Here we go.
He looked loose.
I guess he was doing his little
looked
post hook
loose.
floater.
He looked loose. It's crazy.
Wait, I'm just
He looked loose. It's crazy, bro.
did he look like he was
He
ready to-
looked pretty loose,
Yeah.
D-Mills. He looked pretty loose.
Hips open.
My favorite TikToker.
He looked
Vincent.
flexible. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the plyometrics have been paying off for him. Atlanta, 3-game winning streak. DeJounte Murray on his DeMar DeRozan type of time.
Right.
I'm excited to see DeJounte in Milwaukee.
Stop.
What? Come on, man.
We not. If that trade happens, our opinions about trade value it doesn't matter.
For sure.
We've been
Yeah.
wrong about everything,
Everything.
as NBA fans.
Not even being wrong, but like completely wrong.
Just
all over the
yeah.
all
It-
over
it
the
made
I think
me
the Bucks
mad
was
when I
like
seen
one
that.
team that I had no. There
Felt
was
the
no
same- but
chance.
I felt the same way about Dame too, right? They had no business
said
being
that
in the
they were a
Dame's.
dark horse to do that. So
Oh well, yeah, you know more ball than I do.
When I first got that notification, I
Jonte
thought he
Porter,
actually
Craig
was getting
Porter,
traded.
brother.
But then I was just like, it's just reported that they're interested. I was like,
It
oh my
is
God.
kind of wild though that it was a breaking.
Yeah, that's why I
The
thought it was
Bucks
a trade.
kind of want him.
That's
are they
why I
serious?
blew because I clicked looking for like details and it was just like, no, they're interested.
They just
Oh,
interested.
okay.
and they just don't have much draft capital either.
They don't.
It's
They
those-
have all seconds.
it's
Two second
pick,
round picks.
It's those 2 pick swaps, and then there's all seconds.
Oh. Hey, they
So-
also got Andre Jackson Jr. So who knows?
Any hope for Hawks being a second half team?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Especially
Unless
since-
Trae Young is missing every game, the DeJounte might do what he's doing every night. But that's why I don't like him on all of these teams he's rumored towards. We're seeing him be successful the last 2 games because he's the premier ball handler.
I got a dark horse.
Uh-huh. No, not Orlando.
Orlando is like the team where he can still kind of do that.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it either.
He could
Especially
still
if his
kinda do
value is Bobby
that. But
Portis
you
and
know
Pat
the funny
Connaughton.
thing?
That's-
You know the
yeah.
funny thing? Paulo play over there.
Oh,
I forgot about that. Oh my
we
god.
forgot
seen
about
players
that
crush
little
big.
beat.
Yeah, I
though.
forgot
They
about
crush
that.
it.
Oh man.
Paulo
Yeah.
play over there.
They can't do it. Sorry. What is it? The 206? Is that their area code?
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna look it up.
The
That shit
Chicago
was crazy.
Bulls. How y'all feel about the Chicago Bulls, man?
Indifferent.
6-4 in their last 10.
It is a 206. I don't know why I know that.
Ninth out east. 3 games below 500, which is crazy.
Zach is out for another week or two, so
2
we might win
weeks.
4 straight games.
Kobe White took over the other night when Zach went out.
Legitimate
Love it.
playoff
Finally
team.
got fourth quarter shots, man. Finally.
And he hit the game winning. The game
Come on,
sealing
man.
shot,
You saw
yeah.
the celebration? Playoff team?
Or just a playing
I
out.
think
They're a
play-in.
playing team. They're a playing team. They're pretty comfortable at 9 and 10 in the play-in.
Yeah. I
And
think
then I would win some money from Mike.
I was gonna say I need them to fall out the plan, but they look like they seem like a playing team so far.
Yeah.
Orlando Magic at 8, and it's funny to see. And I like the Magic, but it's so funny because I had them at 11th, and now y'all 8. When they were 2 and 3, fans is on my neck. I don't really hear them no more.
Well, they starting Caleb Houston and Chumo
Hey,
Kiki
this
right
is
now. So it's like,
hey,
you know.
Or
This
the
is a
commentators
part
say
of-
OKK.
And the comment
Okay,
section
okay.
was like, comment section of our last episode was saying that's the Nigerian pronunciation of
Oh,
it.
really?
So that's why they pronounce it that way.
Oh,
That's like
okay.
going back to the roots.
Never mind then.
don't give credit to them because I don't think that they were saying that they would.
That's
The people in the
were saying.
comments are correct.
Mhm.
I'll give them that. And whoever they heard say it, I don't think the Knicks broadcast was aware that that's the Nigerian way to pronounce it. Maybe they do. Maybe let me not say that about the goats over there. But Orlando, man, yeah, you're right. They have been missing Franz and whatnot, but that's a part of it. But they also got Wendell back, Markelle back.
When they had a very good game against Joel Embiid, they lost obviously, but
He's been doing it off the bench. He had a really good game against the Knicks. My Knicks off the bench as well.
And you remember he was averaging 6, 4, and 4 the first 4 months of the season. So
Legitimate playoff team. Is this a team that y'all could see if they stay in this area? Because right now they are hitting that territory where they cemented themselves kind of in the play-in. Obviously, there's so much basketball left, but when you start to look at the other top 6 teams, they're slowly trying to separate themselves. So
I trust them more than the Bulls. I trust them more than the Hawks or the Nets.
Yeah.
So I think where they're at right now is where I have them trust level-wise too.
Yeah, I just think they're going to be just a solid first-round matchup. I think they're going to be fun to watch, especially when you talk about them going against like the Celtics or the Bucks. The Bucks will be very interesting because we know the Bucks don't defend shit.
No,
so
we want the Bucks to stay where they at so they can play against the Pacers. 2-7 matchup right now. We want that to stay exactly what's that. So Celtics
and with Siakam,
Celtics Bucks. Talk about that. Let's speak that into existence.
oh man.
Yeah.
And again, I don't.
Potentially Dame and Giannis get bounced in the first round. That's crazy.
I don't trust it one bit.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I'm sorry, Pacers fans.
That's crazy.
I've seen teams dominate a team in the regular season before to get their ass beat.
Miami.
Miami Bulls.
The Raptors did this with the Cavaliers a couple years when LeBron was there, and LeBron was just like, whatever. Also, all these teams have in common LeBron James. But Giannis is on the other team. And in a 7-game series, if those two teams matched up right now, even with Siakam, I'm taking Bucks in 6.
It's just interesting to kind of see the shape up. Obviously, like I said, it's a whole lot of basketball left. We still got half of the season. But you are starting to see some separation. The top 3 are separating from the middle of the pack, and then the middle of the pack is kind of getting that advantage over the play-in. So, like, Orlando is 3 games behind the Knicks, 3.5 games behind the Cavs, 6 games behind the 76ers. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Indiana. We kind of talked about Indiana. Miami
is
a team that
Miami to me is dangerous.
I won't underestimate Miami ever again.
Yeah,
respect.
I'm going to put them in that contender territory.
I keep hearing them attached to Terry Rozier.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if that happens, but I would like that potential move.
That's actually kind of interesting. Tyler Hero and him kind of play like a similar mold.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
I don't know if he's starting because right now, I think they feel pretty good about Caleb Martin starting.
Yes.
And I agree with you, Tyler Hero and Terry Rozier maybe shouldn't be on the court together for a lot of time, but just having somebody else off the bench that could just do something.
And you know what's funny? Eric Spoelstra is the coach to figure it out.
Yeah.
It seems
Big trust.
No matter what Eric Spoelstra has, you could give him us 4. And bam, and he'll figure out.
One of us is getting our jersey retired if we play for the Heat.
Facts.
It'll be no.
It's whoever works the hardest.
And he works the least in anything we do basketball.
I think playing for Eric Spoelstra will make me work the most.
That's sad.
But he would have sent that.
So
sent that message to the group chat.
Another man makes you get up and play.
Craig Lottie and Eric Spoelstra are very similar coaches.
He would have
Lottie
sent
got
that
the best
same
out of
text he sent this morning to Eric Spoelstra. Sorry, coach, I'm going to be 15 minutes late.
He tells you 15 minutes late. 5 minutes away from the time to be there. My car already getting warmed up and shit. I'm damn.
I'm on my way. He said that. I'm like,
breakfast or something.
I would have just not warmed up my car and just sat on the edge of my bed for 10 more minutes.
I did go get breakfast too.
I was on my way. I was like, I'm just not gonna take the tollway today. Like, I'm just gonna take my time on the
street.
street.
That far away where you need to take tolls?
The tollway makes it like 10 minutes faster.
With the girl
it's
say,
like I'm right by
let me find out you taking a toll is just to be taking them. Let me find out it's a crazy
Do you think you would be successful in Heat culture?
It's the tolls for me.
Crazy.
Probably not.
Ask me that.
I'm not a
Do you
Heat
think you'd be
culture guy.
successful in Heat culture?
Hell yeah. My body percent fat gonna go down. My body fat percent gonna go down. That's it right there.
I have the lowest body fat percentage on the panel.
I'm jumping.
You probably already qualify.
Probably.
I'm jumping
but
a lot
don't
higher.
ask me to do no pacer. I'm not passing that.
You didn't
I'll
pass
fight
the
through.
pacer?
I'm saying now.
Oh.
I mean, in school, hell no. I didn't care enough to pass the pacer. I did the bare minimum and
we
walked
had
away.
to.
Who's we?
Well, at least if you play sports at him, especially with a football team, like we had to do.
Do you remember doing that for basketball?
No.
I'm talking about for
Okay, for football, it's different.
We had to hit a certain number.
Conditioning was not important in basketball.
For me, it was. I found out conditioning was.
Do you remember that practice the day after Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
That's when I was like, man, I need to be on my
big court
conditioning
too?
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
What
my
they do?
god,
I didn't
that was
realize
the worst
that
practice.
This is
of
the
my
day
life.
after Thanksgiving. We had practice, and as
That
kids,
did
like
went on
you
Thanksgiving
knocking
time?
down, like you knocking down your food.
I
on
had
You
Thanksgiving.
knocked
4
down like
5
3-4 plates
easily.
Plates
And so-
and sweets. You really going
And it
hard
was a
on sweets.
I think it was a morning
morning
practice.
practice.
Morning practice.
What grade is this?
Somebody threw. It's a sophomore. somebody threw up.
I
So this
wouldn't be
is Coach
surprised.
Nelson?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
knew what he was doing. Go enjoy y'all day off, man. We'll be back. Don't worry. Next day, big gym. Not even the auditorium or whatever the gym, the field house. Big gym, main gym. Sprints.
Yeah.
You know,
no balls,
Nelson
just
never
sprints.
coached me, but he told me something when I was a kid, and it kind of hit me like, damn. I don't think I'm really ready for what I think I'm ready for. We was getting ready, right, for the season or whatever. I'm on varsity at this point, so he's coaching like sophomore. And we working out like in the basement, like literally lifting and working out.
Okay.
He like, yeah, fellas, it's time to lock in. It's time to put them potato chips down. And I'm like, wait, like I'm thinking like I'm gonna stop eating McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking like I need to put down Doritos.
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah.
like, man, maybe I'm not as locked in as I think. I ain't never considered stop eating potato chips. Like that's just a part of what I'm doing.
KB, what you have for
I'm
lunch
16.
before practice?
Right.
Every
Some
day,
Flamin'
I
Hots.
had Flamin' Hots for lunch, and that was lunch. Went
I
to
don't-
practice.
I
It didn't
That's why
matter.
your ass got them dietary
We was at
restrictions
school.
now.
Agreed.
What time y'all leave for the bus? Like 7:20, 7:30?
Yes, 7:20.
We was there. We got to school at 8. We ended school at 3. Had practice. We probably didn't get home from practice till like 6.
Six,
Like a
6:30,
full 12-hour day,
Yeah.
Off
And
a bag of chips,
You
basically.
just ran off hot flaming.
just chilling.
I had
Didn't complain one time. Never no tummy
4-pack
ache.
of cookies, and I might have had a Mountain Dew or something.
Imagine
They
if
had
you
that
did
vending
care
machine
for your
behind the
body in high
gymnasium.
school. How
I probably would
good
have
you
been
would.
raw.
Yeah.
I was raw, but I probably been like raw with like undeniable raw.
Well, we know that what Nelson said is not true because Anthony Edwards eats his hot fries every day.
But
he also orders McDonald's while in the middle
he's
of it.
athletically gifted
Yeah.
way more than
I've been
us.
thinking about that all the time. Like when we were at that tournament, the high school tournament. This is a big tangent, but I was looking like how many of these kids are literally athletically gifted. It's not many of them.
Yeah.
No, and that's why it's important. I don't know, because youth basketball is really important to kind of like, because my little brother is in it and I'm able to remove myself, because when we was in it. But like just to see how committed the parents be to like these benchmarks, they'd be like, man, that's dangerous. Because like your son, he just probably not athletically gifted to even be in there. So he should be trying to pick up things like the brotherhood that comes with it, potentially maybe going somewhere and playing, but like real aspirations.
He got to start thinking about what else he brings to the table.
Yeah, other interests. Y'all over here trying to get some shit that I don't think is coming. You talk to some of these kids. Oh, what year are you? I'm a senior. Oh, okay. You get what you trying to do? Man, I'm trying to see if I can get in the Big Ten. Oh, what your offers you got? I ain't really got none right now, bro. Impossible.
Yeah.
I don't want to say
Big
impossible.
Teams get scouted when they 12 years
right.
old.
I don't want to say it's impossible, but dog, Big Ten. I don't think you're going D1.
You really got those at freshman.
Yeah, something.
You have no D1 scholarship. Talking about you going to go to Michigan State. All right. Okay.
I
We
the
had somebody in our
alternative route-
class that went to Michigan State, remember?
I'm talking
Or
about
he
as
was
a-
at least telling people
as
he
a
wanted to go to Michigan
basketball
State to play
player.
basketball.
Woo!
Oh yeah, don't even see. Yeah.
Initial.
But like some people they go
Started with a
JUCO.
K.
Yeah, they go JUCO, and then find their way. It's possible. Jimmy Butler went JUCO, found his way at Marquette.
Heard that story a million times.
It's possible.
Gotta
Even
work your ass
that though.
off.
Even that though. They going JUCO schools have like high JUCO schools. Again, it's not impossible, just unlikely. Other Eastern Conference team, the Knicks. How you feeling about the Knicks post OG trade
Whack.
now as far as playoff contention? We 8-2 in our last 10, 2-game win streak, sitting 5th, and we getting closer and closer to the Cavaliers for that 4th spot home
The
advantage.
Cavs not letting y'all catch up either
They
because they
not, bro.
hooping too.
That would be potentially another first-round matchup.
Yeah, I've been liking the Knicks a ton. I've mentioned before they and Malcolm Brogdon the piece away for me to put them in the upper echelon as far as contender goes. I still think they're a team that can make a deep run, but as far as like contending, actually raising Larry O'Brien, I still think they're missing something.
For sure.
But they're close. They're as close as can be without being there, in my
I
opinion.
wonder what would y'all opinion be on us if Malcolm Brogdon is one thing. What if we swooped in and got DeJounte?
They can run into similar problems. And maybe just the Trae Young fit's not there, but our only experience with DeJounte is basically lead point guard and with his best time with the Spurs, and then
Trae Young.
off the ball. And in the off the ball, it hasn't been good. Now, I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's a Trae Young / Atlanta Hawks exclusive thing, or is that just DeJounte?
That's what I've been trying to ask myself as a Knicks fan. Like, I've been so against it. because I'm seeing it there. But then I'm thinking to myself, like, Jalen Brunson and Trae Young are two completely different players.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Jalen Brunson would be much more like
He's
playing
more
with
able
Luka
to
balls
adapt.
sometimes.
He's played with Luka
But I
too.
think
Yeah, he
part
played
of
with
it
Luka.
to get the most out of DeJounte, I think, is adapting too a little bit. Like, obviously, he's at his best, and we've seen him when like he's that lead guard and he can get everybody involved. But like, we know he could sit in that chair too. So if he kind of takes on that more of like, if he's playing with JB, he's got to be on that
Look at
defensive
KB.
minded
He
stuff
been
too.
sitting in that
And-
chair as a recent.
and I think
He don't defend nothing right now.
I think
He
would be
can, though.
He would be a Thibodeau
We know he
guy.
can.
Like the DeJounte we saw in San Antonio, that is a Thibodeau guy. The guy.
I
that's-
think if he was a league guard, for
And
sure.
also, it's got to be hard to play in Atlanta and play defense. First of all, you're not already a great
I
defense.
don't buy that, man.
Bro, they run up and down all day. He gonna play defense for them just to give up a bucket
KB,
anyway.
for me, I think defense is a culture. Like if you don't have a defensive like type culture,
They do.
You're probably
culture. I'm sorry. Go
Culture.
ahead.
You
Yeah,
said
yeah.
defensive
I was
coach.
thinking coach, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I said
culture.
culture.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I liked where you're going with this because DeAndre Hunter hasn't been the defender that I thought he was going to be. He ain't been
He's
terrible.
shown some flashes
Right,
too.
he ain't
and
been
he's
terrible,
shown
but
some
I thought he
flashes.
was
And
gonna
I
be a lot
also
better.
think when your best player isn't really like playing great defense either, it can kind of rub off on everybody else too. a little
Who
bit.
defends in
I'm not
Atlanta?
buying that.
Who defends in Atlanta? Who has
Jalen
defended?
Johnson's a good defender, but he's in year one of actually playing real minutes. Clint Capella is a good defender.
John Collins
Was
was
not.
not known for a defender.
He's-
Kevin Herter
in that
wasn't.
run, he was damn near all
With the
defensive.
Knicks, yeah.
but
Against the
I don't
Knicks,
know
yeah.
what happened before and after
Trae
that.
Young obviously is not known as a defender. Cam Reddish has some flashes.
They
as
have a
run
bunch
rookie.
of should be good defenders.
Yeah.
So maybe what Darrick is saying is correct.
Maybe, but I mean, you
You got to have a defensive identity.
you go
as a
through
team.
4 coaches. Who's gonna instill that identity if 4 different coaches could?
No,
do it?
you're absolutely right. You're
I
absolutely
think it
right.
starts with like your star player.
Quinn Snyder coached top 3 defenses for 5 straight years. Now he did have one of the greatest rim protectors of all time, anchoring them, and they don't have that in Atlanta. But like
Aneka Khan defends.
he
There you go.
does.
There
But
you
like
go.
it's just in general, they have players that you look at like that guy should defend. That guy should. DeAndre Hunter's a guy that has the tools to be a great
He
defender.
literally looks like a good defender.
Right, and that's why he got paid because he looks the part. Jalen Johnson looks the part, and Yeka, Clint Capella, DeJounte. They have 5 players that should be good defenders that have the tools or have showed us before that they can defend, and on a nightly basis, they just like, fuck it.
It's sad to see what this team has come to because when they were putting it together, it looked like it was going to be nice. You got Trey, you had Herter, but then you had Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter.
They traded Luka Doncic for Cam Reddish.
Say what?
They traded Luka Doncic for Cam Reddish.
And said Cam could hoop, so I'm trusting
Oh
that.
yeah, true. Because they had that one tournament when they was in 6th grade.
40. 40.
Yeah.
What that Reddish pick was included in the swap trade. Yeah. I've been reminiscing so much, Mike,
About my team.
about my team. And Cam Reddish, it made me think his like early Hawk cards. Those are so good. Those are such good cards.
Baby Paul
He
George card.
he
Yeah.
just has a nice jumper in general.
Yeah.
That-
Yeah.
It don't fall in real life. That 29% ain't it, but like it looks good.
It does.
Hey,
He got a nice.
I'll tell
aesthetically
you as a
pleasing
Laker
jumper.
fan, we missing him though.
Oh yeah,
We missing him.
I see that.
You talking on the defensive side?
Yeah.
He is your best
I
defender,
forgot, bro. They were I'm mad I didn't remember it, but they were showing our record like without Cam Reddish. And I'm like, damn, bro, we kind of missed, bro.
That's kind of insane. That that's even
For
a thought.
real.
We need Cam for us to be. What do you know the difference? Like, what was the difference?
Uh,
Were y'all above 500 with him and then below 500 without him?
If they are, then
It's-
I didn't realize.
It was
That's
just I just remember it
crazy.
was saying like it was below 500 since he's been out.
Okay,
Don't play with him.
okay. Well, he did hit. I saw him hit 2 big shots in his Lakers tenure so far. So, and y'all went on to win both of those games.
He did.
It's a correlation there.
Next team, Cleveland Cavaliers, staying afloat with all these injuries like we mentioned in the last podcast. Currently on a 6-game winning streak.
Also been a fun watch.
what they did
They're staying
to
afloat.
what they did to the Bucks the other night is
Crazy.
that they're a dangerous team. When they can come out,
Are
and
they a
lock in,
dangerous team or is the Bucks
A
atrocious?
vulnerable team.
Well, I
defensively,
think
or
that
both?
picture that I posted on Twitter of DeJounte shooting a wide open mid-range jump shot is an epitome of what.
Donovan Mitchell was wide open.
Oh,
Yeah, he
DeJounte.
literally dribbled around the paint and came out and he was probably surprised that there was no one in front of him.
For sure.
But like, I think they're probably a contender out east just because they're not healthy. They're playing really good. I think when you add DG and Evan Mobley, it just gives them a lot more.
You would think so. It ain't.
I would
it don't
hope
always
so.
work like that.
I would hope so. And then Donovan Mitchell, the way he's playing,
MVP level.
yeah, he's playing at
It's
a
an
very
amazing
high
level.
level right now. So I just think they're very scary when you talk about playoff time. Because I think they're a team that could give Philly, the Bucks, even maybe the Celtics a little bit. I mean, maybe they could take 2 games, but I think the Celtics will still come out in that. But I think if you talk about them in the second round playing the Bucks or the Sixers, I think they can win those series.
Bucks, maybe. Sixers.
I don't know. I just watched them last year, and it turned me off completely.
Watching the Sixers?
No, I'm talking about the Cavs.
The Sixers might beat the Cavs in 5, and I know ball like Kobe won't like that, but
Who made you turn them? I mean, obviously the loss, but like
They were awful.
they got their ass kicked.
They didn't just lose. They got dominated by a team that I think all 4 of us picked them to win that series. It's just
and that's why I'm like, I want DG to come back because I want them to get those in because it, like I said, it felt like it was either Darius Garland was having a pretty good game or it was Donovan Mitchell. And we know Donovan Mitchell, like he's a playoff riser. He's usually do this like when it's playoff times, he's really on his stuff. So,
but I guess the good thing that's coming out of this is that their role players are getting a lot of reps. They're getting a lot of confidence.
Niang.
And like when it comes
Just be
playoff
doing
time,
stuff.
a lot of these dudes are going to be ready for those
It looked
big
like we
moments.
might be facing off against each other again because, like I said, those top 3 teams are kind of going into their own territory, and we just gonna fight for home court advantage with the Cavs, unless again, it's possible that the Pacers, Heat, Magic could go on a run and insert themselves into that conversation. But as of right now, might have that rematch, which would be extremely interesting.
Yeah.
We have OG now. Donovan Mitchell probably gonna come with a bigger chip on the shoulder. The lights
for
probably
sure.
will be finally adjusted for Jared Allen.
Jared Allen's ready for the moment.
We won't have Mitchell Robinson
Jared Allen's
potentially.
Yeah.
So
Y'all
very
do have him
interesting.
back. I don't know what to say about that series then.
Yeah,
Well, iHeart's been playing crazy, so
Picked him up in fantasy
he has
I
been.
know.
Yeah.
Dog.
you still play fantasy?
Every day.
These dudes.
I'm going to win.
Mike.
It's either me or Darrick.
Me and you
Do you still check?
Me
I
and you
still
got
check.
so much
Yeah, me
real
and Darrick.
business and real life stuff.
It
going
was
on,
fun the first couple weeks, you know.
Yeah.
You were 0-6 in the first couple
We
weeks.
out
so I
here
was
playing.
trying to get that.
We playing pro and for real. We ain't
play
got
real
time
ball.
for fantasy.
Fantasy don't really count though because nobody makes trades. So it's like who drafted the best? Who can
Who got
pick
the
somebody
first
up on
pick?
the wire?
I've been trying to make trades with KB, and he just don't budge.
Because you just do stupid. He offered me a player that he was about to drop. Why would
yeah,
I give you a
yeah.
real piece of my team?
The thing is, it was a valuable player.
No, it's not. You're not valuable if you're
That's
getting
the thing
released.
about
No.
him. That's the thing about him.
Offered him-
Instead of just saying, "Yeah, that was crazy," he's gonna try to
Offered him
justify it.
Claxton.
That you were going to
No,
release.
I have to. No, it's not that I
He
want
said
to.
you're going to release. You said I
I
have
literally
to.
have to.
Don't matter why, you're going to do it. So for
I
him,
have too many centers on my roster, so I literally have 5 quality
So
centers
Derek,
on my roster.
And who did
Derek.
you try to trade for? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
It was somebody.
but it wasn't
pretty
nobody
damn good.
crazy.
How did you end up with 5 centers?
Because someone was hurt.
Oh,
So I
you
put him
picked
on
somebody up in the IR?
Yeah, and now I have literally Duran,
We're in
Turner,
2 leagues. Do you
Cat.
remember which league?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I literally have Turner, Claxton, Şengün, Cat, and Claxton all on my roster. And so someone's going to get a very good center because I have to drop one of them.
So
Did you
if I-
try to get like Jimmy Butler? No, you tried to get Jeremy Grant and somebody else.
So
but
if
they
I
was
was
like real people.
if I was moving
Yeah.
and I just could not take my PC, I can't do nothing with it, man. You want it? Yeah. All right. Let me get 2,000 for it. Your reaction wouldn't be, damn, you can't do nothing. With
You
it
was about to
right?
give it up
Like,
anyway.
Yeah, you can't. What else could you do with it? Or you gonna be like, here go the 2,000.
I don't know.
I
Silence
I-
says it all,
I'll probably
man.
give you something.
I know what
He
you
says
do.
he
That would be-
doesn't
yeah,
know.
that's because we cool. Of course, you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, you're not giving me 2,000. I would hope for some shit that was going to go in the garbage.
Mike, I'm playing you in both leagues at the moment.
Probably weak, right?
It's a bye week in both leagues. You have Shaden Sharp who's injured. You have Desmond Bane, Cade Cunningham, who's all of them are injured. You have Chris Paul, who's been injured. He's
Yeah,
in your lineup. He's
yeah.
been out for like 2 weeks.
I know my lineup
already.
probably looked the same way, bro. I haven't even opened that app.
I stopped looking once Tyrese had like 100 fantasy
And he
points.
was
He
you're
was on my
playing-
bench.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's GG's.
Philadelphia 76ers, man. Last 3 teams.
I
Are
need
they a
them-
real threat?
No, I need them to do one more thing. I need them to add one more talent pool. One more talent
What type
piece.
of talent would you want? Forward, wing,
Almost anything.
guard?
Somebody else that can create for themselves. Because
Okay.
right now it is those 2 dudes, and those 2 dudes are phenomenal.
What about Tobias?
Tobias is a half of a player. in this circumstance. As far as creative for himself, he can do it. He's not going to do it in a lot of cases.
What's on the market that they could add?
That's the thing. DeJounte obviously is on the market.
It's not really worth it for them.
Terry Rozier.
He's
Why would
safer.
they went to go get Terry Rozier?
At that point, they're too small.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it has to be somebody that's like 6'5" or
Maxey,
taller.
D'Anthony, Rozier.
it would have to be like a Brogdon.
Brogdon. Brogdon is
He fits everywhere.
Brogdon is a needle
I think
mover
Brogdon
for
is
me.
one of the most plug-in players in the league.
Easy.
Like,
For sure.
He just fits in.
For sure.
I would
just
bid
trade
for Malcolm Brogdon.
I just traded for him on my Hawks series.
No, right? You put him with Trae Young?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can't look at them and look at the other teams they would go against, the top two teams, and be like, that's the team that I feel like is going to win it.
Yeah, or either should use that expiring deal in Tobias and go get Jeremy Grant.
Kuzma go anywhere?
That
Or
would
all three
I
expiring
think
deals, you
Kuzma
can
would
get
be
Jeremy
cool
They
Grant.
there.
saying Kuzma is the most sought after now that Pascal's moved.
I
but
would like
but
a
the
Kuzma.
Wizards are also looking for 2 to 3 first-round picks for him.
Well, they got 2. Philly has 2. They're not
they're
good,
not-
but they have 2.
I'm not giving you 2 first-round picks for Kuzma.
Yes, you will. Depending on the team, yes, you will. You're not giving up 3 though.
He's
I know
under
that.
contract for 4 seasons.
Yep.
He's a good player.
Yeah.
Some
And
team
the
might.
teams that are going to trade for him, you're not going to value those
Those
second
picks
round
aren't
picks.
valued.
But picks aren't also just one-to-one value-wise. Like, the Raptors got 3. 2 of those picks are not very good. And the third one might not be good either because it's 2026 and they're going to probably re-sign Pascal. So when the teams say we want 3 first-round picks, they don't mean 3 completely unprotected. OKC can give you a lottery protected from this team, a top 20 protected from this team, and those are first-round picks, but they're not the same as when the Bulls gave up Franz Wagner.
Yeah.
You know, so there's different value to just saying 3 first-round picks, 2 first-round picks.
I like first round picks though,
Yeah.
especially when I have my own.
Yeah.
It's something for me as a fan or just with my GM thinking cap on when I had, especially when I'm reestablished, like the Raptors. If the Raptors end up hypothetically with a top 10 pick, if they have the 8th pick, and then one of those picks is they got a few now, but
Well, they can't have 8th pick this year. They traded it for Jakob Poeltl. It has to be top
Yeah, the
6 or it
Spurs.
goes to the Spurs.
the Spurs, if they have, it's protected what?
Top 6.
So they can't have the 8th pick.
No, it's protected top 6. So it has to be
Oh,
1
it
through
has to
6.
be
And
in
the,
the-
the
Well,
rest
if they
goes to
get
the
the
Spurs.
6th pick,
Right.
Yeah.
If they get the 6th pick, and then they'll have another one that's like in the 23rd. I like teams
They
that
can
have
take a
that
chance on
situation. Yeah,
someone.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they
The
can-
Rockets were able to get a man in Cam Whitmore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like something like that.
What a good draft
Um,
so far for the Raptors.
Well, I think Cam Whitmore was just lucky.
Just-
He was just not
Rockets
expect.
for the Rockets.
He literally
For
just
the
wasn't
Magic had
expected to
2.
fall that low.
The
Yeah,
Magic
bro.
had 2 nice picks.
Who
Yes.
did y'all take over him? I'm sorry. Jalen Hood-Schifino. I saw Lakers fans pissed because Cam Whitmore had like a 17-point game or something a few nights ago. Like we got this guy over that guy, and
Hindsight
a lot of
2020.
teams are doing that probably
Yeah.
right now because the talent was there.
Yeah.
It's just would he have medicals that they weren't
Yep.
they were questioning.
Also, man, as a Knicks fan, I just love a theory because I've seen so many times that we drafted early and the most exciting player or the better player came later. Like Mitchell Robinson was a late pick. Emmanuel Quickly was a late pick. And then you think about we had Kevin Knox. Obi Toppin was early. You know what I mean? So it's like
Shout out to
get-
Kevin Knox, man.
you get so much tied up into certain things that you don't realize that sometimes that less pressure of that 21st overall pick coming in, the camera ain't all
That's
in
what
his
the Heat.
face.
That's what the Heat thrive at too.
Yeah.
And they thrive from. We ain't got no picks. We got the 7th best player in the whole pool right now somehow.
Yeah. They
Shout out
they
to
at the
them.
YMCA's finding talent.
Yeah.
I
Like
wanted
hustle.
to answer the Philly thing though, because I have them as a pretender, but I want to believe in them because I think it's actually like super impressive how like good Joel Embiid has been just playing through the double teams too, and it's just like that's what you kind of worry about because you know the playoffs they're gonna scheme to try to stop him as much as can and make other people's do it. You think Tyrese Maxey will be able to alleviate that pressure, but it's also like. Joel Embiid the whole season has been putting up 30 on teams, 40 on teams
He's averaging
through
35.
double teams. Through double teams and different coverages where they all throw like 3 bodies at him, still putting up 30. So it's like, why when we get to the playoffs, it just feels different,
Yeah.
you know?
And, you know, a lot of people have that mindset. We sometimes look at the 76ers in the playoff history, but it's all you got to do is get over that hump once. So all you got to do. That's what Giannis and them did. Giannis and the Bucks had questionable playoff history before their championship run, but once you get over it once, that's all that matters.
He probably had to do it in a similar fashion because Giannis literally willed his way over that hump.
50 points in that closeout
Willed his
game.
way. Joel Embiid got to do it in a similar
All
way.
it takes is one good run for Joel Embiid. Every narrative that is negative about him goes away.
Yeah. Once you get that one ring, it's literally like everything else doesn't matter.
For at least 3 years, nobody's going to say anything to you.
You're gonna be looked at as a whole different team once you get that one ring.
Like, he did not make NBA 75.
Yeah.
If NBA 100, he gets one ring, NBA 100's like, man, that guy's top 50. That guy's because talent-wise, There are not a lot of people in current NBA that even fucking with Joel Embiid. It's not even like he offensively and defensively, you combine both of those things. He's one of the best players. And I said before, he's one of the best scorers, not just bigs, just in general. One of the best scorers I have ever seen with my own two eyes.
For real.
But it has not translated. If it translates just one time, raps. You can't say nothing else about him.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. Just one run.
When you say best scorers, he's definitely one of the best scorers you've ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't really think about it
For
in the
you?
moment, but when you think
Yeah,
like you break it down.
He was getting like, bro.
All
you know-
three levels, double team,
Yeah.
7-footer, amazing free throw shooter. He has it all, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
And now he's playmaking too.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do about that. Other
Watching
than
what he did to the Nuggets the other night was just
He just-
crazy.
yes,
He was just
It's just that scene. We've seen a lot of basketball.
well.
Kevin Durant.
I guess
Steph
no.
Curry.
I think KD would be probably number one for me. But like when you talk about like top 10 best scorers, I think he's definitely in that echelon
He is.
of like that. I've like sat down and watched. But
I don't think that's too
within my
crazy.
era
I didn't
of
know
watching
when he
basketball.
was saying like just physically or like you see with your eyes what he's doing and how hard it is. Like we see all these other players, they getting 25, 30. It's just like them boys don't have 3-4 hands
Yes,
in
they
their
do.
faces.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
Yes,
Bro,
they do.
and
Yes,
he's
they
working
do.
out the mid range too,
Yes,
so
they
it's
do.
already cluttered up a little bit too.
No, he's not. I'm telling you, he's not gonna see no shit like Kevin Durant. He's not gonna see no
He-
shit like Steph Curry.
Him having Kevin Durant at one makes sense to me.
All I'm saying is when he said you can like Joel Embiid can score. He's he's led the league as a center at a all 3-level phase. But he said top 10. We have all seen a lot of damn
Yeah,
basketball.
part of
20
that
years, 20
being
years.
in that top 10 is doing it in the playoffs when you know
True,
yeah.
For sure,
they're
yeah.
all like, all
That's fair.
every defensive strategy is on their best player.
That's
very
that's
fair.
actually that's a good point.
If we want to talk,
We
okay,
saw
he top
Kobe
10
Bryant.
scorer.
Because that was the
offensively in
difference. I thought I was
regular
like, I've seen KD come out there and it didn't matter in the playoffs. It didn't matter if LeBron was right there in his face.
We've seen
you know?
Dirk. We've
Yeah.
seen Kobe. We've seen Durant. We've seen Bron, Steph. I mean, Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson. These
Carmelo
are
Anthony.
Carmelo.
Dirk-
Like these are
Dirk, I love you.
guys that are just like. And Dirk and these guys played in a whole different time. They
Yeah.
didn't play in 2023. They played in the 2000s.
I think when it's
You know
all
what
said
else
and done,
different time.
we gonna have that conversation.
You know what?
Joel
that
Embiid
feeling
has
is
a
too?
conversation for sure.
Oh hell yeah, you go.
It's that like it's that unguardable like Shaq type feeling because he's just gonna
Shaquille
punish you.
O'Neal.
He's gonna punish you, and it's like we can't really get in foul trouble no more. We can send the bodies at him, but he can shoot over us too.
The one thing about Shaq is that try to wrap him up. You weren't gonna be successful all the time, but at least you know he gonna shoot 60% at that line.
They actually asked Shaq this recently. Like they gave him like a bunch of anonymous stats and which player would he choose. And then the stats were Joel's season, and then at his best, which is this year, and then it was Shaq's at his season. Shaq actually picked Joel's stats.
I also just think that that's not completely fair to Shaq. The average score in 2001
Yeah.
was 87 points.
The new 30-point game is like the 20-point game. Back then.
Exactly.
Like so, it's
Yes.
like it's completely shifted.
For sure. That was the point I was making with all of the guys I just named. They did.
I think if you
20
add
years ago.
Shaq's MVP season versus Joel Embiid MVP, or did Shaq have 2 MVPs, or does he only have one? If you add the one Shaq MVP season and the one Joel Embiid MVP season, on numbers wise, Joel Embiid's gonna kill it. But if you ask anybody that watched both of those seasons, they're all taking Shaq's MVP.
Shaq has said, "I'm choosing me because I had to do it on 4 defenders."
Yeah.
Can we name the last 20 MVPs?
Sure, we
20?
could.
Or let's start from 2000.
Okay. Are we doing like multiples? 'Cause,
Oh,
like, some
well,
of these guys have multiples. So like we going,
Starting that way is gonna mess up my mindset.
2000 was that Shaq?
I think Shaq did win the 2000.
Okay.
2001 one.
And then 2001 is Allen Iverson.
Iverson.
Oh yeah.
2002. Austin, give us thumbs ups if we get these.
Duncan? Tim
You
Duncan?
going that way is like if we went backwards, I feel a lot more confident.
we can go backwards. Just
Let's
go
go
backwards.
backwards.
then.
Okay, so Joel Embiid,
Jokic.
Jokic,
Giannis.
Giannis,
Uh-huh.
Giannis.
Yes.
Giannis had 2 of them. James Harden,
James
Yeah.
Harden.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Steph Curry gave 2 back-to-back. I know he's got 2.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it back-to-back?
he
Steph Curry. So what? I don't even know what year we on at this
Is that
point.
like 2014? I think we're on 2014.
And then 2014 was Braun, right?
2013 was Bron.
2013.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant was
2014
20.
You the real
Kevin
MVP.
Yeah.
2013 is Bron.
Derrick Rose.
2012 is Derrick Rose.
Then it
Oh,
goes
wait.
back-
Are we messing up or is 2011 Derrick Rose? We lost one. Say it again. Derrick Rose won 2011 and 2012 is Kevin. Who do we then we lost one. We lost one in our train of thought.
So let's just start from 2010. Let's just start from 2010.
Okay, wait. Tell us from 2013 or 2023 up to 2013, the last 10. We got Joel Embiid. We got Jokic twice. 2 from Giannis.
Steph Curry.
2018 was James Harden. And then it was
Russell Westbrook.
Then 2 Steph Currys. And then who's
Kevin
that?
Durant.
Kevin Durant. So we're missing one.
It's LeBron James. That's what we said.
Okay. 2012 is.
Derrick Rose.
It's LeBron again.
Bron had 2012.
Yeah.
Then, right, because he didn't get the first year in Miami. He got the second year.
Which is Kobe Bryant.
Kobe's 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe's 2009.
That's
2009.
LeBron again.
Kobe's 2008.
Oh, Dirk is
Holy shit.
2010. Who was 2010?
I'm out. I'm out.
Wait. Tell me. Let's take our time.
I'm out.
2010. 2010 is a year where the Lakers won the championship.
It's not Kobe. Is it Kobe?
It's not.
It's
Kobe
not
only has
Kobe.
one.
Oh, you did.
Right, Kobe only has one.
This is he has one. This is Dwight Howard with the Magic. This is Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and them with the. This is Melo with the Knicks.
What
Paul
year are we
George.
in? 2010?
2010.
2010.
I'm blanking. Let me
2010.
think for a second.
Can I look at 2010 standings? I'm not looking at the answers, obviously. I need to
no,
see
don't
the.
look at the
I got to
standings.
see the
The
teams.
you're gonna see the team.
I'm a visual learner.
But you're going to see the
You're
team.
going to see one of the top teams.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
gonna
it's gonna
tell
give
you
you
the
Okay,
answer.
I'm gonna look at 2024, so I can look. I just need the team names.
Okay. Name these teams. The Kings ain't have no damn MVP. The Wizards didn't have no damn MVP.
2010.
The
2010.
Sonics, the Thunder ain't had no MVP.
$2010.
2010. I'm finna look at teams too.
Bro, who are we
He said
missing?
conference finals. So who's in that conference finals?
In 2010? Bro, this is embarrassing.
Did y'all say Tim
bro.
Duncan?
Tim Duncan didn't have one in
Yeah.
2010, I don't think. This is embarrassing. This is. It's 2010. It's not.
Who was it?
It's not Nash.
Yeah. We said LeBron. I said LeBron. Yes, I did. I said LeBron, bro. I said LeBron.
I didn't think LeBron because I thought we said
I
Bron.
knew it was gonna be somebody I said. I said LeBron.
I thought it was LeBron, but he.
As
I
soon
thought
as,
he-
as soon as they said no to Kobe, I said Bron. Because if it wasn't Kobe, it was Bron. And then
Yeah.
Kobe is the year before 2009. Is that Dirk year?
2009 would be.
So Kobe is 2008 then. Kobe
Kobe's
won
2008.
MVP.
2000. Kobe's
So
2000.
2009.
How many Bron years have we accounted for, by the way? Is this Bron again? Okay, Bron again. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
So no,
And then it's Kobe 2000.
okay. 2007 is Dirk.
2006
Nash.
is Nash back to
Nash.
is
Nash.
2. No, he
Well,
goes
it's not back to back.
You know, you're right.
He back to
Okay.
back.
I know if it was 2004
so what's
to
the year
2000.
now?
What year are we on? 2004. Is that Tim Duncan's
Tim
year?
Duncan.
Shaq's year.
KG. KG.
Good call.
Then it's Duncan.
Then it's Duncan 2003.
Then it's Duncan again.
And then it's Allen
AI.
Iverson.
Shaq.
Okay. The last 23 years. That
Come on, man. I need
that
you to
was
be locked in. I
embarrassing.
said LeBron.
Can we get some help,
Yes,
role
I said
players?
LeBron.
I started
After
watching in 2010, so
After
once after that, I
In
was like,
2010, it couldn't be that many people. It was either LeBron,
I know.
Dirk, or
At
Kobe.
first, I thought it was Kobe or LeBron, but then Kobe was a little bit earlier, and then he said no to LeBron. So we got to blame Austin for all the
I'm not
mishaps.
going back to 99.
We got to blame
I mean,
Austin.
I'm not going to the.
Yeah, the 90s, we're gonna be here.
Jordan
for a while.
has a bunch of them. We know Barkley has
Hakeem
one.
Olajuwon.
Hakeem probably
has
got one.
Oh, so Hakeem have two. He have two
He has
rings or two MVPs. Is one or the other.
MVPs.
The last two teams we haven't got to the last two
The
teams.
70s, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Milwaukee Bucks are contenders.
They're contenders with an asterisk. They're
What
questionable.
a what?
An asterisk.
Oh,
Asterisk.
Is that how
You
you say it?
can
Is that an ostrich?
asterisk. Now you're making me
Asterisk.
say asterisk with ostrich.
Oh, asterisk.
So you believe in the Timberwolves more? Do you believe in the Bucks to win a championship? Because there
When it
was no
comes to-
asterisk next. Now you got me doing it.
See, he had me
oh
get
my
into
god.
it.
When it comes to
Asterisk.
Asterisk
when it comes to playoff time, one thing that always has to travel with you is defense. And
or
the,
star
star
player.
power.
the star
That's-
power
that's why I
works.
could give the
star
Bucks.
power
The
works.
star power wins
No, it
championships.
does. But you also have to be able to get stops.
Derek, I'm telling you right now, the likelihood of the Bucks winning the championship is way higher than the Timberwolves.
just off Damian Lillard.
Giannis is a top player. He might be the best player in basketball. The Timberwolves have Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert, and they're all great. They not messing with what Giannis can do in a playoff series. And we talking about winning 4 straight playoff series. I'm taking the Bucks' chances a lot higher than the Timberwolves.
And
No,
I like the Timberwolves.
I said they were
like you do.
contenders. It's just a little questionable.
It's definitely questionable.
I was gonna say I was gonna say they contenders. I might not like them because they don't play defense, but they is contenders though.
It's just
at the
weird
end
to
of the
say
day.
a team can win it all without playing defense. It just doesn't. That's just not what we're used to.
From our
for all the
experience-
years of seeing us watch championship
I hear that,
basketball.
But you're saying the same thing I said about the other way, though.
What?
Why I
With
say you can't do it
offense.
without offense.
I think
But that's why-
Historically
why-
speaking, neither of these teams should be
But
contenders.
that's why I'm telling y'all, we got to start throwing that shit out the window. Because like somebody's gonna do some shit that you don't. Man, we ain't never seen a team that had no all stars.
that would
Seen
be
the same
crazy.
thing with the
That
Heat.
would
We
be so
ain't
crazy.
You ain't never seen no play-in team end up in the finals.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
just
happens.
yes.
First, it was only because it was the third year of
second
the
or
play.
the- yeah.
I mean that
But
too,
still.
but it's
You
just
mean
like
eight
that.
seed.
Even the
The
8
Knicks
seed
did
thing.
make deal once, and
It's just a
20 years
very
before?
unlikely
Yeah.
thing, but
It's
it
unlikely.
can happen.
there's always going to be statistical outliers in every situation. Sports, outside of
Anomalies,
sports, it's going to happen.
exceptions, and outliers.
But I'm just saying, based on history, technically neither of these two teams should be contenders. But because one has Giannis, I'm taking their chances higher
Me
than
too.
the other. That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
And then the Celtics are like the contender.
Yeah.
They are the
Are they your
epitome of
favorite?
contender. Yeah, they're more the
To
Clippers.
win it all or in the Eastern Conference?
They win it all.
They're more the Clippers.
Off
isn't it?
season
For them,
long.
it's top two. The Clippers.
I
and
think
the
it's
Bucks
top
for me.
2.
Clippers
I
and
think
the
the
Bucks.
Celtics and Nuggets.
No, Clippers and the
Celtics.
Celtics. My bad.
I have been saying Celtics all season. I'm starting to question myself a little bit.
Why?
They don't have the variety in
Damn,
offense.
Overlord, one home game and now you don't get doubted.
No, this has been the way. This
I
has
was
been the
looking
way.
at that too.
They
'cause-
don't get to the basket,
Yeah.
Which is
yeah.
kind of
and
crazy.
they don't shoot mid-range jumps. It's
Yeah.
all three-pointers at this point.
TJ McConnell gets to the basket more times than Jason Tatum.
That's a real stat.
Yeah, like NBA University.
That's actually
like
insane.
they pulled up those stats, and like TJ McConnell gets to the basket like 3 to 4
That's
times
insane.
more.
And in the game against the Nuggets, Jason Tatum.
I
and,
like to hear that because my eyes not lying to me. He
Jason
does
Tatum
take
and
those
Jaylen Brown,
steps.
like they were struggling to shoot to consistently shoot the ball. They could have got to the rim, and they did have some times where they missed the call. They could have gotten the call or whatever. But it's like keep putting your head down. Eventually, like those are layups and dunks. for
The
you.
only thing I could say in their defense is that it does get draining as the top options to continually put your head down.
It do, and they was running some sets too. I like that when they have the little set where it could be Jason Tatum or Jason. Somebody catches the ball up top, and they're looking to get like a pin down for Kristaps to get a nice bucket in the middle of the paint. Like they have times where they
in.
do they try to switch it up, but most of the time it's usually coming down to like I think a lot of times whoever they had guarding like Kristaps, he was catching the ball like the free throw line. And there was already 2 people in his face. Like, he's got one dude underneath him, and he's got another dude, like, putting his hand up. And that's the offense you're talking about, where it's usually just kind of like an isolation type play that ends up in usually
They
a
like
tough
them
shot.
sexy, tough shots.
Was it hard for you to get your head in that sweater?
No.
Okay.
You think it's tight?
Yeah, no, I have shirts where like I have to get in there.
Nah.
Okay.
I got a
I
nice
also
size
love,
head.
okay, you just did that and it's not as tight as I thought originally.
No,
It's a good sweater though.
It is.
H&M,
Nope.
Zara,
Sheen.
Gucci.
Yup.
Damn, I forgot you had it like
Hey,
that.
hey,
I
now.
forgot he had it like that. I was thinking about your previous contract when I
Oh,
was
yeah,
asking
true,
H&M.
true.
My fault.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little H&M, though.
At all.
No.
At all. Well, is it fast fashion? I don't know enough about it. I know fast fashion is not good for the world. But some of the places do got hits.
Oh, my gosh, bro.
Uh-oh.
Listen to this.
Okay. Oh,
This
that was
not
like
basketball.
oh, okay. I thought it was like a trade broke
Bro.
or something. Whew.
The power of the internet. Drew Walls did the football thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess who just tagged him and just kind of redid his thing?
Who?
Drake.
What?
Drake just uploaded on IG, and he says, "At Drew Walls, you tweaking my boy, got me on my bullshit." And he's just doing the same shit.
At Target?
No, no, it's around his house.
Oh.
But he just went up, woke up, got a glass, made a
Drew
drink.
Walls got a bag,
Drew Walls,
and now he's got
is
Drake on his side.
here.
It's like he's unstoppable at this point.
That
That's
would have
all.
been funny if Drake did go do a Target run video.
He can't go.
He's
to
just doing it
Target.
all
Did y'all
around.
ever see that?
Yeah, right.
Did y'all ever
Everything
see
is
that
just
like
around his
that
house.
short or TikTok where it's like, who is this Drew Walls and why didn't he make it to the league or something like that?
Yeah.
He's like he's
I
a
saw
5'6"
that.
point
Yeah.
guard or whatever.
The most fundamentally sound point guard in his history. Two chest passes in his mixtapes. I'm messing with bro.
I love his videos because like it'll be a commercial playing or a replay going, and he's just clapping. He's like, "What are you cheering at, bro?" It's so like forced.
I
But
wonder
doesn't
how
seem,
much
though.
the NFL, and I'm a historical bag watcher. I'm always interested in brand deals and all of that, and I ain't go shy away from it. I like to be a bag watcher. I like to watch pockets. I wonder how much the NFL gave him for that tweet.
Yeah.
Did he go on TikTok too? I don't know enough about
not
his other
much.
socials. He made 2 tweets, is what Austin's saying behind the camera.
I don't
So-
feel like the NFL is very generous. Like
I feel like the NFL.
I
probably
just don't
does
feel like
put out
they're
bad.
generous.
I don't know, man. I'm so curious though. It
'Cause,
had
like-
to be enough for him to say yes.
Yeah.
I'd be curious. I was like, I wonder how much Peacock pays them for those individual games that's strictly on Peacock.
A lot. Of
Like
money.
I'm like
A lot
that
of money.
they have to be paying them something.
That might be
crazy.
public information, low key. You might be able to find what they agreed on. Because they've been
Oh,
the
yeah,
NBA's trying to
they-
do that this year or after this year or after next year. I'm sorry, that's when the TV deal goes up. But like, hell, here comes a game on Amazon Prime, and then you got a game on Peacock.
You got a game on HBO Max.
It's just, bro.
I just think
It's funny.
that
We were supposed to be on Max.
Still can.
I am on Max. The Creator League stuff that I did is on Max, and my face is like the picture of it. Like
You're
if
the
you
thumbnail?
yeah, I'm the thumbnail of
How
it.
many people y'all think is watching this?
7.
Those 7 people need their subscription revoked.
Just go to YouTube. Just go to YouTube. And
You know
it's
what? I
old.
use Max to watch The Wire.
Max has hits.
Here we are plugging Max.
Oh damn. Max do not have hits. You know what does have hits? Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Disney
I
Plus.
love me some Disney Plus.
Ooh, hey, Disney Plus. You want to watch the entirety of The Simpsons except for that one episode with Michael Jackson? Disney Plus. I don't know if
Disney
we.
Plus.
I don't know.
They're the same. I think they're
Okay.
partners.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, right. Hulu and Disney Plus are because you got the ESPN package.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that package.
That's the one I got too with Hulu.
Not an ad, but that's facts though.
Yeah, no, that
That's
I
actually
had
is
that.
facts.
Yeah, I
If
had
it
that for
ain't
like a year now.
if it ain't ESPN, I don't want it.
He ain't wrong.
If it ain't ESPN, I don't. That's just like when we were drafting all-time NFL teams. I said, hey, if I can't have Peyton Manning as my quarterback, I don't want to be a part of it.
Best believe I'm waiting for the Peyton Manning card to drop in Madden so I can scoop him up.
I've been waiting for which day
What's
I
his
should wear.
speed?
I should wear my
Who?
Peyton Manning
In a
jersey.
Madden, in a
In a-
Peyton
in a
Manning
Madden,
card.
he's probably like 80 speed.
That's-
Probably not.
that's
Actually, not even.
crazy.
I
but,
love Peyton Manning, but
You said
hell
80
no.
speed.
But
I'm
you
not-
also got to think this is Ultimate Team though, where they have the crazy
I know.
stats.
I
Yeah,
did.
I know.
That
they
is
actually-
crazy.
But they be having like Aaron Rodgers pretty so they could probably have him around like 75, 70 speed. But
Having Peyton Manning be fast is literally unfair. It's literally unfair.
You have a QB with really good precision and then fast sales.
72,
Now all of a sudden he can run.
I'm telling you.
Anything else?
NFL playoffs today?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all watching?
Yeah. How about we get some predicts?
Let's get it.
That's crazy.
Why?
Predictions?
Predictions?
I don't know.
You crazy.
He got that 'cause
I streamed
He shortened it.
7 times this year, and now
That's
I'm
what
talking
they
about
say in the
predicts.
streams.
Oh,
Yeah.
We got Titans versus Ravens. Right now, that's on
Ravens
ESPN.
flop.
Wow. The Ravens are favored by 9.5.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do y'all like that line, or are we just going money line on this?
I trust Lamar Jackson.
I like that, but I'm hoping for the young quarterbacks to prevail today. I want to see C.J. Stroud win. I want to see Jordan Love
Hey.
win.
We can't lose. A brother's advancing.
Yeah. No,
True.
not necessarily. Well, yeah, you're right. Two quarterbacks. But Brock Purdy could come and spoil that parade.
Oh,
Jordan
when you're
Love.
looking at the next one. But you said Raven flock?
Ravens.
I got
Big
Ravens.
Trust.
Ravens?
Yeah, I got Ravens.
I got Ravens.
I'm hoping for C.J. Stroud in the Texas though.
The Packers versus 79ers.
Two
49ers.
two young black
79ers.
quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. C.J. Stroud versus Jordan Love.
Yeah. Usher performing at halftime. 49ers versus Packers. The 49ers are 10-point favorite, even 10-point favorite. Is this about to be 2 blowouts?
I hope not.
According to the numbers, this is 2 blowouts.
10-point win is a blowout.
Oh, I guess we're talking football.
Oh.
My fault. I forgot. That's why I do basketball content.
Yeah,
I forgot
but
we talking football.
Who's the 10-point favorite?
The
49ers.
49ers.
Oh yeah.
Bro, that keep reminding me, bro. When I first got mad and I was trying to do that, like you build a player to start your season, whenever you can use them. I made a running back, but I ain't know, so I made him 6'4". I made my running back 6'4" because I wasn't really
Tallest
thinking about it.
running
I'm
back
thinking
in
about like some
history.
basketball
He's
stuff.
just a
Tallest running back
basketball.
in
Tallest running
history,
back.
bro.
I'm gonna look up the tallest running back in NFL history. Who do y'all think it would? Oh, how tall do you think it would be?
Well,
In what
6'5".
era?
Well,
6'5".
Derrick Henry is 6'3". I'm not saying the
6'5",
tallest, but
6'5"
Derrick
or
Henry's already
6'6".
like 6'3".
Nothing taller
Is
than
it
that.
really
The
6'3"?
Bears
I
played
think he's
Cordero
6'3".
Patterson at running back for a good minute.
How tall is
He's like
Cordero?
6'1".
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
He's not
I think
tall.
he's just a big body.
Shit,
He's tall for a
looks
running
huge.
back, but
I
he's
did
not.
not
6'1"
know.
is 6'1" is tall.
Yeah.
No, it is.
Here's
but,
the
like,
tallest
he
at every
seems
position.
Taller.
The tallest quarterback in
6'8".
NFL history, 6'8", Dan
Glennon.
McGuire.
Oh, but Mike Glennon too played for Tampa Bay and went to the Bears.
Yeah, I was gonna say he did play for the Bears. Tallest running back in history is Burt Cohen at 6'5".
I was 1 inch shorter than
His
the tall.
picture is in black and white though.
Yeah.
Tallest wide receiver in NFL history.
Harold Carmichael.
6'9".
Harold Carmichael.
I got him as my linebacker in Madden.
6'8". That's Braun.
A linebacker. That's why I don't play Madden, bro.
I be using him. He gonna get the pick.
Tallest tight end in
Anthony
NFL
be throwing
history.
right there. Anthony think he getting it over his head.
Tallest tight end.
Yeah.
Probably like
It's probably like
6'9".
6'9", right?
No, 6'8".
6'8".
6'10", Morris Stroud.
I don't know who that
Look at
is.
his shoulder pads. This don't count.
Was he like legit? Like, was this a tight end that's getting legit minutes?
Don't ask me nothing. They ain't got no stats. It's just an article.
Because
That's a great question, Derek. Because it's one thing to be
yeah.
the tallest,
But like, are
but I
you
played one
legitimately
game.
playing?
Well, you playing, yeah.
Because like, do you imagine a 6'10" target?
Donald
his catch
Donald
radius- his
Parham,
catch window
he's
is really
6'8",
ridiculous.
and
But
he's
he
a
getting
tight
his
end.
ass popped.
In real-
'cause
like
as soon
right
as he
now?
do this,
Yeah,
I'm
he
all
plays.
course.
Dan
Torso.
Skipper, the tallest O tackle, 6'10".
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Old tackles are usually pretty.
They'd be
tall.
like-
Really though?
They be
If
big.
your
They be big.
quarterback is
Can't see him. He throwing it at his
CJ
head.
Crowd, and he's got to throw
CJ
over
who?
some CJ Stroud.
He said CJ Stroud. Sound
And
like
he's gotta throw
21.
over somebody
No,
6'10".
the quarterback is Drew Brees. Drew Brees is a little quarterback. He
Duck.
That's why QBs tend to always sometimes hit their hands on like the lineman's helmet.
and I know that shit hurt, bro. I know it does.
Richard Sly, 7-foot D tackle.
Oh my
That sounds like a lot to block.
Ed Too Tall Jones. You know
Unless
Too
he's-
Tall Jones.
Yeah.
6'9" DN.
I
I
wanna-
want to know who the tallest corner.
Ted Hendricks. Y'all know Ted
Tallest
Hendricks. I know
corner.
Ted Hendricks from my little time playing Madden.
Yeah.
6'7". He was 6'7".
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I feel
They
like
call him- you
can't
know
be
his nickname,
super-
right?
You can't be super
The
tall
Stork.
playing corner.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's such a
see that.
disadvantage.
It
being
got to be
tall.
6'5" or something though.
All right. Corner. Get guesses. Tallest corner.
6'6".
Corner. I
gonna
don't
be some
know.
bullshit.
It's gonna be like
6'4".
6'6",
It's
6'7".
6'4".
6'4".
6'4". There's
Who was it?
Brandon
Really?
Browner.
Oh,
It's a more
I know
recent
Brandon
picture.
Brown.
I
Yeah.
feel like there's some
Brandon Brown.
6'3",
2011,
6'4" corners
2013.
in the league.
What team they got him on? The Seahawks right there?
He's a Seahawk.
Yep.
Was he? Oh, you don't know if he actually was he legitimately playing?
Yeah,
Did you
he
know?
played- yeah.
Oh, 6'4" is kind of
Do
big.
y'all know what he's up to nowadays?
No.
Okay. We can talk about it after. Safety, Pat Watson. How tall?
6'6".
6'5".
Tariq Woolen is 6'4" on the Seahawks too.
Currently?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel
Calais
safety
Campbell,
is
6'8".
safety is one of those positions where you can be a little tall. I feel like.
Calais Campbell on the line.
Yeah, I'm just saying
Yeah.
these are honorable mentions.
Oh,
people
Calais
that didn't make the list.
Calais Campbell is
A
like
dog.
a mammoth of a human
Yeah,
being.
he's a
bro.
dog.
Yeah, that's the tallest people.
Yeah, football is one of those sports where you legitimately don't have to be tall to be good at it.
It's got to be big, strong.
But it's
When we
also
when we met
cool.
Peyton, he was tall. Peyton
Yeah,
was like
yeah,
6'5",
yeah.
6'6".
It is cool when you see like Tariq Cohen, when you see the real little guys
Yeah,
out there.
Tariq
They're
Cohen.
busy.
they getting down.
Injuries really fucked up Tariq Cohen, man.
Yeah.
Did
Is he,
it?
is he still
decent.
streaming?
I don't know.
Did it though?
He's 5'6".
Tariq Cohen was a nice little energy back, but was
Golly.
he finna lead the league in rushing or anything?
Nah.
No, but
He was a
still
fun player to
really
watch,
good. He was
though.
still really good. with
He
the
made a
Bears,
Pro
though.
Bowl.
Pro Ball ain't really. I don't not to.
He made
diminish-
All Pro too.
Oh, now okay, now that's something.
Mm.
What was that? His rookie year?
His sophomore year.
Okay. Kick
Yeah.
returns.
Oh, don't ask. That's all. That's on the
He's just so
stats.
small to be like an every down
He was in
back.
that Trubisky offense. Trubisky was getting that man that ball.
The double doink era.
He's
Yeah, don't-
5'6", 181.
Imagine like a linebacker that's like 250 just hitting
Calais
you, bro.
Campbell getting at his ass.
Calais Campbell got to be like 6'6", 6'7". Well, how tall did it say he
Oh,
was?
it's 6'8".
6'8". He's got to be like 350, bro.
Tyreek Hill's so little, he be out there still wide open.
Hey, he'd be so funny because it's like anytime he just look like he got that bounce in his
Yeah,
step.
he do.
Hey,
Right, like, do your ass get tired?
For real, for right. He
I like his tweets and stuff. About
He like, man, he jammed my ass to Cancun.
yeah. He's a
he's
full-time
like, he
streamer,
said, I know
too.
we lost, but ain't nobody tell me my lips was that ashy.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
bro.
that was funny.
That was crazy. Yeah, his homies did him dirty.
Ate a powder donut.
Yeah. Talking about, I don't want people to think I'm soft. It's negative 30 degrees. He got a tank top on. Bro, you not soft, bro. We
Yeah,
know.
we
You
know.
don't go get warm.
There was a dude at that game in the stands who had his shirt off completely. He was just pants, shirt. That's
For
it.
no reason.
Yeah,
Just to get on TV once,
yeah.
I'm good.
Don't even get no money from that.
Why was
You paid to do it.
Wish
Yeah.
getting sick just for clout? Not even
Hypothermia,
clout.
I don't even know
He
what
probably
the
gained
thing-
nothing from that.
Just one TV, one steal of him like this on
He
TV.
probably took a screenshot of it and put it as a frame on his wall. Said he was
Respect.
on TV.
As long as he's healthy, I guess it don't matter.
That's true.
We,
It's another great episode.
we appreciate y'all. Leave a like.
Let you take the heat for that.
If you watch this whole episode and you not subscribe, we on your ass. So subscribe to the channel.
Like a
We
diaper.
actually, what we should do is we should create the separate live show when they hit a certain amount of
a
subscribers.
separate live show.
Because they've been hitting us up, and I've been
should.
telling I want the after show to live on its own. That should come when we get a certain number. Whatever number y'all want to come up
We can
with,
talk about
we'll
it.
let them know. But yeah, don't ask about the after show until we get there.
subscribe. All right, we'll see y'all on Tuesday. Peace.
Shout out Drew Walls.